Alright everybody, hello and welcome to the third ever Get Good Gambit. My name is Yukio, returning as commentator with my new partner Oddity.
Hello everybody, we are here with the third Get Good Gambit. We're here with a great batch of beginner level players already. We got some new faces I've seen, so I'm very excited to see how this bracket goes.
I think all of us are excited, Oddity. It's always a great time here at the Get Good Gambit. Close matches and interesting players as a whole. If you're not in our Discord server already, I would highly recommend it to anybody who's in chat. But dude, I'm so ready for today. I have been waiting since last week for more good matches. Last week we had an extremely good top 8. I'm ready for another one.
This is, I think, their first bracket, so everyone give some love in the chat for the Soul player. I know Zero's gonna be very excited for that.
This matchup as a whole is going to be extremely interesting to see. Two characters that not only have a very rushdown-centric playstyle, but also just do a lot of damage in general. I'm excited.
Yeah, no, it's going to be whoever gets a counter hit first is really going to blow up the other person. It's going to be just who can find those hits. We have Hold Me Till I Love You already, I guess Waffles in the corner against May. Not a great position. Waffle pulling out some high lows already.
Big damage coming out here from Waffle, getting a good cancel on the Bandit Vortex. We're getting a wall break here, decides to not use any other kind of resources to break wall. We're in a very bad situation here for Hold Me, and Waffle secures the round.
Yeah, the up dolphin is always really hard to react to. If you can get that 6p, then it can cover it, but...
Good low here to get the knockdown for setting up pressure on Waffle. Big counter hit here. We got big combos, got the 50 meter to break the wall with, but decides not to use it.
Yeah, Waffle's saving their, or Bagels, and we have two breakfast foods here. Bagels saving their burst, it looks like, wanting to make sure they save it for that pivotal moment.
Oh, big counter hit
maybe
here.
This is where, no, not using it, maybe saving it for the next game.
You know, the first match in a set is always a really interesting match to go through because it's a very informational set for both players, win or loss. Whenever I'm in bracket, I kind of like to just feel out my opponent in the first game. What about you, Oddity?
Yeah, no, the first game is always super important. You want to play it maybe a little slower than you do in the next couple of games. You want to throw out some stuff just to see if they know the knowledge checks, if they know the pressure sequences that you have. And my picture or my voice is a bit blurry. Holly.
I think
because my picture is a little low res. I'm not wearing my glasses in that. I guess I am wearing glasses in that picture. But you the viewer are not wearing your glasses, and that's why I'm a bit blurry.
All right, we got a character switch here from Soul to Faust. I think this is an interesting choice.
Yeah, I think I heard that they are a Faust main, so we're gonna see if maybe this character switch is just more for familiarity than for a better matchup. I don't really know how this matchup goes, really.
Big counter hits coming out from both sides, so really leveling the playing field here. Both characters switching back and forth between being on offense and on defense. Very neutral heavy here, uses a scalpel to poke out neutral, but gets a hit. Oh, we have a big stagger here. Tries to use the meter to capitalize on it, but nothing really comes from it. Gets a good knockdown. Let's see what they do.
Yeah, Bagels back in the corner against May. Ooh, the counter hit. Ooh, the burst here. That's good. Getting that distance. Ooh, just the mashing 5p got the round.
Big 4-frame normal there. It's a great mash option for May in general. Round start, we see a big counter hit from Faust here.
Yeah, we're seeing Bagel, I think, definitely doing a lot better on the Faust here, getting a lot more of these hits, getting some more conversions. But Waffle is just able to overwhelm with these giant May buttons.
Gameplay as a whole seems a lot more comfortable from Bagel with this character. Seeing there from how they were able to get a button off. Gets the super off.
Just the bomb though, gets hit out of the second two. Ooh, that May mix and the reversal to finish off the round.
Waffle really locking down and securing this second game here. You know, I really do think that the switch from Bagel was a good idea. They seemed a lot more comfortable on Faust as a whole than they did Soul. I do think that there are some things that they could change, but it all comes with the course of the game. Just getting into the flow of the matches. Both matches were very quick.
Yeah. And yeah, as Izanami is pointing out, the stage that Waffle has picked is technically not legal. Probably would have brought it up if there had been lag, but we're not really detecting any on our side at least. But
yeah.
And yeah, we're gonna have to see what Bagel can pull out. Maybe try and play a bit more of the distance game. Try and use some more of those item pulls. Haven't been seeing too many of those. I don't know how well those do against May. I know she can close distance with those dolphins, but and this is an even worse one. But this one is also not legal. But we're gonna let it rock.
Big golf swing here to try and get a counter hit and reset neutral, but Waffle gets a big counter hit here. Bagel spending the burst, which is okay in that situation, but we're getting more mix from both players.
Is this one? I have to check the rule set again to see whether the stage is legal or not, but either way, yeah, we're seeing May with these cross-ups and just this pressure so hard to react to and deal with. Oh, the Scarecrow, but May guesses correctly with that 2K.
Waffle on set point here. Starts off big, trying to get back. Big golf club swing. Let's see what Bagel does for Oki. Gets counter hit by Waffle. Big knockdown here leads into a great Oki situation. Doesn't use the burst.
Yeah, these golf clubs are actually doing pretty well for Bagels. I'm sure, as all the Faust players are very happy that that's the only patch they've received has been new moves.
Watch out for the bomb here.
Bomb gets them.
Big buttons being swung up by both players. Oh, that could have been a big conversion, but Bagel's still in it. Using these cancels, gets a big switch, and Waffle closes out the game to win the set.
Yeah. Those rounds were a lot closer than the score would make it seem. That was often down to just one or two interactions swinging either way.
Big 6P round start here, trying to make sure he gets into that situation. Damn, I didn't know Zatchess had the confirms like that. Big 2D pile bunker, trying to get the damage on knockdown here.
Yeah, he's bringing his aerial approaches, but that 6P is such a good move that we're really able to stuff those out. We're going to have to see Zatchess maybe make some adaptations, or keep trying with those aerials. It seems to be still working.
Big PRC after the pile bunker to keep himself safe. Great job here, Fuzzy jumping over the Arbiter signs. Big Oki opportunity off of the pile bunker. Huge counter hit. That's a wall stick there, dead.
Yeah. Actually, if you get hit by a Slayer once near the corner, you're gonna be going through that wall one way or another.
It just depends on if they have 50 meter or not, if you get hard knockdown.
Exactly. He's getting these, K Dandy step, I believe, to get the cross-up in these conversions, and really, that alone, I think, is getting a lot of mileage. Cross-ups are pretty hard to deal with, so some solid mix already.
Big neutral reset here from Espresso. Let's see if this hit.
Ooh, that super does damage. It does a lot of damage.
Not only was that the actual super hit, I'm pretty sure that was the spacing for a clean hit on that super. So not only did they get the regular hit, they got the actual hit and the wall break.
Yep.
That is crazy.
it lost the reversal aspect, but that is still a very good super, that super Mappa Hunch.
Yeah, they shift the range of the invulnerability frames to be from the startup of the move to during the dash of the move. So it allows them to get away from pokes and stuff like that in neutral that would stop them from approaching. For Slayer, at least.
Yeah, this is definitely not out of the realm possibility for Espresso. We saw a lot of those aerial approaches from Zatchess. If Espresso can start maybe going for more of those anti-airs of 6Ps, or those Grave Reapers to try and block off those approaches, might be able to keep Zatch more in their comfort zone.
Espresso is definitely not out of this yet. They're doing some great things here on defense. They just need to get a chance to breathe on offense. Yeah, big close slash in.
Takes a burst at least, which is definitely not bad with a character like Testament.
Big burst here from Testament, getting sent back to full screen. Counter hit 2D. This is going to be some big damage. Good 6P here coming out from Espresso, really trying to control. Blocks the pile bunker. Gets another 6P. Great going to the air here. An Arbiter sign to try and close out neutral, but 2D pile bunker.
These jumps and just aerials are so it's hard to deal with for this Testament, but getting that super Mappa Hunch, I think, blocks it. Oh, missed the block. I think that caught that just bare end of the backdash.
Yeah, that's right.
Zatch closed the round.
That just gets the big 2D here, counter hit.
For a big commitment on that, I believe it was a 5H and wall stick off the one move. That's the Slayer moment, as Nami saying.
Gets the big 2Ps here to try and reestablish.
Oh no, this one might. Yep. Super map. It's.
I don't mean to laugh. I am also a Slayer enjoyer myself, so I just think whenever dumb situations like that happen, it's hilarious to me. But that just because that situation happened does not mean that Espresso is out of it. I do think Espresso still has a very good chance in this matchup. It's just they have to be willing to adapt and control the neutral more and not let Slayer really get these buttons and interactions out that allow them to just keep on the pressure.
Yeah, no, these counter hits are really, really getting Zatchess what he wants and what Espresso does not want. So we're gonna have to see if maybe they can avoid those counter hits in the future, just try and lock him down a bit more. Not off to the greatest start. Takes the burst. Oof.
Crosses up with the P Dandy, gets a good jump over the Arbiter sign, does get this bump ahead. Big JH there, another big JH into the.
I assume that was a miss input. I'm not sure what. Maybe it could have meant for a tick throw or something, but losing the burst capability could definitely be dangerous, especially with these Succubi coming out, but just too far away to really hit anything. Slayer gets just nicked by the edge of that Grave Reaper, but manages to hit the super regardless. From set point for Zatchess here.
Big counter hit round start here from Espresso, but Zatchess just able to get back in here off of these confirmed 6P counter hit, resets neutral, which is exactly where you want to be as Testament.
Ooh, that Grave Reaper had a hitbox buff that's much harder to deal with up front, but Slayer just can still punch through it sometimes.
Big cross-up pile bunker here. Both players have burst. Depends on who gets the bigger hit here. Uses 5P, uses 2P to get the kill, and Zatchess seals off the set 3-0.
Second 3-0 in a row. That's pretty crazy. We're gonna have to see if we get some more close matches later, but right now some of these players just sweeping through the bracket.
So I believe you got it, fam. Just keep trying. I have faith. But we're on to our match here, Cherry Creamsicle and Zayy.
Yeah. The burst on the Wild Assault.
Getting this neutral game set up and controlled. Gets some big counter hits here. Gets the Farce. Gets the 6S into combo, into 6S into combo.
He's been so good already at just getting these curses up, getting these gunshots running at the full screen. It's been...
Person to Deus Ex Machina doing a really good job at getting a hard knockdown here. Let's see what they do. Goes to roll through it.
With a cinematic ending. Happy Chaos looking at the camera. You see that 2S round start again getting another hit. Taking Cherry Creamsicle's burst. We're gonna see if they can close the distance a bit better this time.
Oh, look at this. What a confirm off of the air JS. Getting into the corner, has the meter to wall break, sets up the curse, and we're getting a hard knockdown. Oh,
ooh, just a little too late to get the wall break, unfortunately. Letting now Happy... And the charge just, I was going to say in the corner, but not corner anymore. Has those combos.
Very bad situation here for Zayy, but is able to backdash the grab, blocks the DP. We're going to get a conversion here. Gets the hard knockdown, gets hit by this DP though. Jumps out of the corner.
We've seen some great callouts from Zayy, but some excellent combos from Cherry Creamsicle. It's really going to be who can make that strength work better. Ooh, get that 2K, I believe, is what that move is. I don't know. Kai moves that well.
Hives up the round count here. Uses 6P into getting the gun out. Big counter hit here from Cherry Creamsicle. We have conversions, but Zayy getting out this focus in the gun just to can absolutely lock down this neutral from Honest Kyle here. Gets into the corner, gets a big bounce over the head for, but it doesn't convert into anything. Scum Dipper RC.
Ooh, he is just Cherry Creamsicle there commanding the neutral this time. Oh, but that one counter hit might just shake it up. Another counter hit with the cross up. These hard knockdowns are really just what Chaos wants to get his mix going. Ooh, another Deus Ex Machina. Hopefully this one's time. Yep, that one gets the wall break to close out the round.
Getting the first game here of this set, very back and forth game as a whole. You can definitely tell the tensions are high for both players.
You know, these are two very good players who are really just working their absolute hardest to get these conversions. They're both characters who have to really be careful around the other just because of that DP from Kai and those mix-ups from Happy Chaos.
Big stuff from both players here. As a whole, I think that I personally think that either character could win. Either player could win this, not just character. Obviously, any character can win, but
absolutely. I mean, Happy Chaos is a character that was very, very powerful when he came out, and you know, is a little. It's hard to say where he sits in the tier list right now. Kai is one who's I feel like been pretty static in just how he works, but I feel like I've also seen him just be placed everywhere in the tier list. So it's gonna really just be who's a better player is really gonna matter here, I think.
Yeah. Speaking of that, gets crazy good mix-up here. Uses a cross-up uses the taco kick to cross up, getting crazy stagger pressure on Cherry Creamsicle here, and they're going to use the super to take the first round.
Cherry Creamsicle having a hard time with these rolls from Happy Chaos. These cross-ups are going to have to really watch out for those. They're very hard to deal with already just because they can cover it with a gunshot to make it very hard to punish. You're just got to hold the block for a little while on it. But getting that wall break already for positive bonus, blocking the burst, this might just be it for the round. Happy Chaos, nope, getting the reload on the bullets, but gets that wall break with the super.
Devious situation here for Happy Chaos. This doesn't kill, but I think I'm wrong. That was
that kills. That does a lot of damage. But you know.
Cherry Creamsicle on the ropes here, but that does not mean that they're out. I do think I've seen them come back before, and I really think that they have a chance here. It's just a matter of collecting, composing, calming down, and really getting into the set, really allowing themselves to kind of spread out and trust the skills that they rightly have.
Absolutely. I'm going to see Game 3 starting up. Cherry Creamsicle is really going to be trying to work to get this game back, to make this reverse 3-0. Zayy is just very, very powerful with these this Happy Chaos mix, these gunshots. It's very hard to deal with for Kai, so we're going to have to see what they can make happen.
Go ahead and getting this roll pressure, finds an out to the roll, pressing P there and not letting them get a chance. Big bar slash here, but Zayy spinning the burst and resetting neutral, really controlling with these focus shots and curse. Oh, this is a big hard knockdown. Doesn't have a lot of bullets, but they do have a way to get some back with Deus Ex Machina.
Oop, doesn't, weird hit there, I think just got the tumble, doesn't quite get the wall break, but even better for Happy Chaos, gets these wall slumps.
Oh, I don't think that was a wall slump.
Maybe not, maybe it just attempted it with that charge just, but... And now Happy Chaos is back in the corner on the other side with that Ride the Lightning.
Cherry Creamsicle catching the backdash from Zayy here and allowing themselves to get back into an advantageous situation. Spins the 50 meter and catches the round.
Good work from Cherry Creamsicle. We're going to see whether they can continue this momentum. You know, Happy Chaos just is so good at that momentum and has those burst safe combos on lock. Gets these wall break, not with the super. Maybe just wants to save that tension.
Tries to hit him with the Y-I-Ata out of the air. Gets a big close slash on the side switch, not allowing Zayy to get out for free. Has to spin meter to get out of that bad situation. Big combo here from Cherry Creamsicle. Tries to get the Foudre arc loops, but it doesn't really work out. 50 meter here from Zayy. Really good situation. BRC slingshot for the cross-up to secure the round.
They're both playing so careful with these PRCs to make sure they're not going to be able to get whiff punished, so we're going to have to see who is just going to be able to get those punishes in those situations. But look at Cherry Creamsicle getting that wall break already with the shock state.
Big situation here for Cherry Creamsicle. 50 meter and the burst lead at the same time. Uses meter for the PRC, which is fair. Uses the shock state. It's plus. Big stun dipper here into the RC.
Who uses that wild assault? Oh, to make sure Happy Chaos couldn't burst, just barely drops that last combo, but gets the far slash to catch the round and the game. That's 1-2. This could be the start of something great for Cherry Creamsicle here.
Cherry Creamsicle, really good job at adapting here, finding a way to deal with these rolls that were giving them problems in the first 2 games. Great stuff.
Absolutely, these great pokes from Kai have just been really good at keeping Happy Chaos away, but being away is still good for Happy Chaos. Those gunshots can really just, pop you up in the air and let him run a combo on you even from nearly full screen.
Support for both players is going really loud in chat as we go to game 4. Big hit here from Zayy. Even bigger hit from Cherry Creamsicle, which forces Zayy to use the burst. Goes into the air-to-air, gets a big counter hit. Doesn't get shock state.
The wake-up throw. Oh, the gold burst. To get that positive bonus, build that meter is going to be potentially very useful.
Gets a wall stick here, gets a reload, and gets a Deus Ex Machina. Really great situation here for Zayy, but don't forget, Cherry Creamsicle does have the resources. Lane uses a reversal super.
Wake up, ride the lightning into the RC to continue the combo. Gets the side switch, close slash. That's a lot of damage he just got. Has the health lead now. And this could potentially be it. Here he goes, catching the backdash with the... I don't know any of Kai movements, I feel bad.
Running up and doing 6P stun edge.
That's right. Ooh, that far slap catching the gunshot.
But reversing the situation here is Zayy has 50-meter curse, and they're going to use the Deus Ex Machina. This is going to be big here. What are they going to do on round start?
The stun edge attempt, I believe, or stun dipper. Another one to get that shock state, has that meter, PRCs to make sure you can get that punish on the empty jump. But that's a round for Happy Chaos, and once you're in that blender.
Uses a taco kick here to secure the round and get on set point.
The immediate burst from Cherry Creamsicle does not want to be in these combos.
Big Okian mix here from Zayy. It actually works out. Doesn't decide to use meter on a wall break, but does get a counter hit here and does 3 close slashes into wall stick combo with
trying to maximize the damage and then getting that curse at the end. This might be it. He might... drops the combo, gets the reset, and the Deus Ex Machina to finish off the set.
Big stuff here from Zayy. Big stuff from both competitors. These games were extremely close and could have went either way. I expect that we will be seeing Cherry Creamsicle later. Very, very big matchup for both. Extremely volatile, and who gets the first hit will probably win.
Absolutely, they're really playing patient. They're giving each other the space, trying to just whiff punish. Gets a hard knockdown into the Jealous Rage. Already looking good. The burst, though, that's going to just take up a lot of that time off that Jealous Rage meter. But it's using that Dawn's Eye. Ooh, with the Mega Fist, pushes them back the burst, and they're back to neutral.
We're stun install here from Yuffie. Big confirm here from Kalibun. Really wanting to close here, but Yuffie punishing the slide head attempt. Big air combo, wanting to get some damage here. Uses the Rekka to get into confirming another combo, but the Jealous Rage meter is running low. They're going to have to make a quick decision here.
The hit into the uninstall lets them have enough time to catch the startup of that move and catch the round. We're going to see a much more aggressive round from Kalibun with that Mega Fist forward to start the Blue Wild Assault to get that guard crush.
Big 2S here from Yuffie to try and get into the situation against Potbuster.
Very dangerous. Potemkin gets so much damage off of these Potbusters. Oh, we saw him charging up the hug with that blue RC, but Yuffie wasn't able to get out of the way in time.
Big stuff, both tied up at around a piece. Uses jump to avoid the Potbuster here. Trying to get back in. Big counter hit. Gets into a key grab. We're in a great situation here for A.B.A. Big jump
Yuffie's doing a great job just jumping over these hammerfalls, but the Potbuster catches just that one little window. PRC's it into the heat knuckle.
Really big heads-up play here from Kalibun, using these moves that have really long animations to drain this entirety of the Jealous Rage form, but that doesn't matter.
That whiffed Potbuster giving Yuffie just a moment to get a punish. The heat tackle just catching them out of the air. Both at very low health. This really is going to come down to who can get one more good hit. And Kalibun gets that close slash, gets that counter hit, and gets that game.
Final round, final interaction there for our first game here between Yuffie and Kalibun. Good stuff from both players. Do you think that there could be any adaptations done here in a match this close?
I believe so, yeah. No, Yuffie absolutely has been getting a lot of good hits and a lot of good just neutral decisions, avoiding some of Kalibun's moves. So if just they can continue doing that and get these, maybe bait out these Potbusters and punish for it, it's really going to be able to make a lot of damage happen.
Another forward Mega Fist into Potbuster. Big stuff here from Kalibun. Runs up, gets another hit for a lot of damage, but tides turn quickly, forcing out the burst here. Another counter hit upon counter hit. A.B.A.'s Far Slash getting the job done, allowing Yuffie to really put on the pressure, gets a hard knockdown.
A whiff grab into a hit grab is the classic guilty gear. Gets back into her Jealous Rage with the wall stick. Doesn't use the super to break the wall, maybe saving it for Blue RC here. But jumps into the Gigantic Eye by accident, gets that Heat Knuckle.
And Kalibun closing out the round here. Big stuff from them. Round start flick, trying to make sure they don't
have armor on Potbuster, letting Kalibun get that grab through the Far Slash.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm mad for you, Yuffie.
Oh,
confirms
not the heavenly.
Heavenly.
Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Seeing God, then coming back down, but the situation off knockdown is going to be a lot better than the damage given by the combo here. Goes over the grab, still gets the reflection of the meter uses.
Kalibun really wants these Potbusters, is just throwing them out. They've been hitting so far, so I guess there's no real reason not to. We're gonna have to see if Yuffie can just do a little better of punishing them.
Uses the right here to try to get a hard knockdown.
Another one just barely. Kalibun takes game 2. This is what Potemkin does to people. He just grabs you, makes you afraid, and if you backdash, you're gonna get Far Slashed. If you jump, you're gonna get Heat Knuckled. There's no good option against Potemkin, is what it feels like. So you're really, it's gambling every time. It's gambling every time if you can just get away from his danger zone.
Did you just laugh? You love it here. We love puns at Get Good Gambit.
Absolutely. You know, they call Johnny a gambler, but it's just whoever's fighting Potemkin is the biggest gambler.
But we do see some improvements here to Yuffie's game plan, really wanting to play patient and make it to where Kalibun has to approach her, which is exactly how I would play the matchup. Big stuff here, gets the counter hit and confirms into key grab, uses 50 meter to try to continue the combo. Goes into Rekka again, wants the hard knockdown, but gets armored and Potbustered.
An extended hurtbox, I think, is just getting grabbed in that situation. But it might just be that they stretched his Potbuster hitbox out for some reason. So he's just able to really reach through these long range moves.
The force to uninstall for Yuffie really spells doom. It's a bad situation to be in against the Pot with that much resources. Hammerfall to try to chase the backdash from Yuffie here. Gets into the Jealous Rage. Big 2H on the low. Gets into the OTG with the intertwine and tilt. Goes through the armor with the Rekka. Gets a big wall break here. This is going to be huge positive bonus for A.B.A.
Ooh, that key super, but Potemkin has time to block it, but it gives Yuffie enough time to get that guard crush to run a mix and get that free safe uninstall. Just barely misses a conversion to get that install back, uses a burst to keep the corner pressure, and gets the round.
Really did not want to give up that advantage here, but goes into this third round with Kalibun still on set point. Really scary situation for Yuffie here, but is not scared in the slightest. Goes into Jealous Rage, gets a hard knockdown, but does take the OTG. Has 50 meter. Let's see how they spend it.
Potemkin on low health here, but even low health for Potemkin still is not nothing. Still gonna take a good couple hits to knock him down. Ooh, that deinstall giving just... They had time to react to the deflect shield, maybe a little overwhelmed with their options, but gets the round regardless and gets a game.
Good stuff, Yuffie putting a game up here on the board. Really great adaptations, playing more patient, and letting Kalibun throw out these big, really slow and have a lot of recovery normals and specials that allow them to use their good buttons and use their ways to get into Jealous Rage and really enforce that pressure. Going into game 4 here, I'm excited to see what comes out from both players.
Absolutely, we're going to see Yuffie's been making a lot of really good adaptations so far. Hitting through that Hammerfall armor alone, just getting a punish. But these pot normals are so big and so fast. In those cases, that 5P is really hard to deal with. Attempts to get that raw install, but gets hit out of it and into a meaty pot buster. Into a second meaty pot buster.
Pot buster combo. It's true. It's true.
It's the truest combo I've ever seen.
Truest combo in the world gets Kalibun on set point. Really patient neutral hill from both players, but Yuffie does jump in. Gets the big counter hit into a key grab. This is going to be a lot of damage here.
Attempts to wake up pot buster, but gets hit by that 2S. The Donzai keeping Potemkin in the corner and getting these big hits, doing a lot of damage.
Gotta watch out on the meter here. We're below that threshold.
Low on meter of the Gigantic. Ooh, they trade, but gets the pot buster out of it. A.B.A's going to be forced into deinstall here. Gets a moment to react. But that invulnerability saves Yuffie there. Makes him spend the burst. They have meter. We're going to see the YRC to block the Potemkin buster and get the round. We're on the last round of the game. Yuffie has their burst. Kalibun does not. We're going to see if that is enough of an advantage.
Takes advantage of the conditioning they've been doing with pot buster and goes for normal. But Yuffie does get the hard knockdown here. Goes for the constant records to really force this knockdown.
Ooh, the hammer, the Mega Fist PRC into the JD. I believe that's what
really
that
hard.
is. Get that.
Yeah, really hard combo to get out of because of the JD hitbox. But really advancing forward and establishing this neutral. Tries to go for a pot buster but gets counter hit.
Ooh, this is looking really good for Yuffie. Might be able to finish it here. Ooh, drops it. Gets the grab though. That's big. And the counter hit to get game 2.
I have to hold in my excitement here because commentators are not supposed to be biased.
We could be biased for the person who's streaming charity right now.
Woo, charity!
Woo, charity. That's why we want Yuffie to win and not any other reason.
Big stuff from both players here. Really just, I can feel that both players are tense going into this game 5 here. Really big stuff. I love A.B.A. I'm sorry, I love A.B.A.
She is pretty great. Can't lie. It's just game 5, a tense situation, both giving each other a lot of respect, but that 6P from Potemkin catches the aerial from Yuffie. A gold burst attempt, maybe expecting to run up pot buster, but the run up pot buster comes after. Ooh, drops the combo, but that 2P is just these punch buttons from Potemkin are so big. Is this gonna be the end of the round? Ooh, just barely gets the perfect. That's not what you like to see in game 5.
Gets the perfect to go on to set point in our game 5 here. Big stuff going for the hip. Ooh, gets counter hit on the pot buster. Has to use the burst here. Going for the record to try to get that hard knockdown, but it gets blocked. Not this time though. Goes into the air to try to finish the combo. The double grab combo.
Ooh, but punishes the Rekka with a pot buster into a PRC to get the side switch into the heat knuckle. This is some real Potemkin tech.
This is gonna wall break here, and this is gonna be a forced uninstall too. Very scary situation for A.B.A, but Yuffie does have the resource lead with burst.
Ooh, was able to get around. That was a Potemkin with meter is a very scary creature. Was able to get that hit, but burst it.
100 meter jealous rage A.B.A is a scary monster to have to try and deal with here for Kalibun. Big stuff here.
There we go. Gets the round. Alright, down to the last round, game 5. This is what you love to see.
Forward Megafist to start out the round really wants to enforce this aggressive offensive pressure. Flick to try and frame trap, gets another counter hit here into the Kai.
This is a lot of damage here. Missed that 6H during it, but gets that shoulder bash. Ooh, the pop buster whiffs. The burst gets them away. Ooh, that armor almost let Potemkin get that hammer fall.
Oh, big wall stake here. A.B.A with positive bonus is
very
beast.
Ooh, but hit gets hit by the gigantic Kai. This might be it.
Close out the game. Good stuff from both players.
That was very good stuff.
Kalibun pulling out the set 3-2 after being in dire straits.
This is going to be fun. We're getting a lot of Slayer gameplay today. First Zatch and now these two.
Love me some Slayer. Love me some Slayer.
Not the first time we've seen SafestSephiroth in a Slayer mirror, I believe, in the first one.
Yeah.
Got at least 1 or 2 of those. We're gonna have to see if they stick on Slayer the whole time, or if Aether starts taking games, maybe they go for another character.
Reach into their bag of tricks and pull out the winning character. But we will see here going into our first game.
Letting the intros rock, these dandy gentlemen have got to say some words to each other, some fighting words, before they exchange fisticuffs.
Big backdash here to try and get out of the situation, both going for K Dandy Step, but it not working out. Big 2S, 2H here, gets the grab on it. Big meaty Master's Hammer doesn't really want to let them breathe. Master's Hammer again into the pile bunker from Sephiroth here. Gets the 50 meter, converts it into a hard knockdown.
The Slayer pressure, even Slayer himself is not immune to it. It's really, if you get hit once, you're taking a big chunk of damage and being sent through the wall. Look at that. Aether gets a big hit, sends Sephiroth through the wall, but the air throw with that PRC.
Uses the BRC to try and slow things down and give themselves a chance in this matchup here. Both going for 2H.
That's the favorite thing about mirrors, is when they both go the same round start. Ooh, big. that big dandy stepper, I believe that's what that was around.
No, that was just the dash. Using the dash to teleport through the dandy step, and I think that's Bump Ahead is the name of that move.
I can tell you, I know Pile Bunker and I know Master's Hammer, and that's about it. But we're seeing that he's getting these throws on which one's purple? I'm gonna say Sephiroth. Yeah, Aether's are getting these throws on Sephiroth's dandy step pressure. Just really knows this counterplay a lot. Seems a lot better than maybe Sephiroth does. We're going to see if he can make these adaptations.
But they do tie it up, allowing for ourselves to go to a final game of this round. Deflect shield not really mattering here. Big counter hit from Aether. Either
way. Yeah, Aether getting that hit into that POC. That's, might just have been it. That is it for Slayer. That's all you need. You need 2 good hits.
You know, the term "it kills" when relating to Slayer. Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
Who would have thought?
Big stuff coming from both players. Sephiroth doing some very great things in this matchup, like dashing through the "it's late" from Aether and not allowing it to hit, getting a big combo off of it, but they're just adapting and allowing himself to get back into the game.
Absolutely, we're gonna see. There's a character switch, and I'm very excited about it. Some people in chat might also be very excited about it. We're seeing Ino, and this is not actually a bad matchup for Ino. She has a lot of really good tools to stuff out Slayer's neutral and just run the pace of the set. But even more than the other matchup, its 2 hits will be the end of her. Getting that in the corner, getting that burst, keeping him off her, using these. A good jump, gets that conversion, gets a hard knockdown. That's really what Ino wants. Get that counter hit. Ooh, that 5H doesn't hit into H-stroke on a counter hit, unfortunately, letting Aether get that punish and take a chunk of damage. Ooh, PRC, the grab tech from Aether, he's really aware of this. Ooh, backing away around the stroke and getting that punish again.
Rips the P dandy step.
A lot of awareness from Aether. Sorry.
rips the P-Dandy step to get across to ensure the round, but Sephiroth here getting back into the driver's seat, getting the wall break with positive bonus.
Absolutely, there's one thing Eno's really known for is that if you get hit by her once, you can absolutely be sent through the wall. Ooh, a good Fortissimo just to stuff out the Nappa Hunch. Attempts to burst bait there, but doesn't quite, but Aether doesn't go for it. Ooh, goes under the far slash there with that dandy step. Gets a big combo. We're in a real dangerous territory, and Aether gets that hit that he needed.
Takes another game here, goes up 2-0 over Sephiroth.
2-0. Gonna have to see whether Sephiroth stays on the Eno. It can absolutely be done, but whether he feels confident enough, whether he feels that he has the knowledge needed, or whether he maybe goes to another character. I know he has a Ramlethal at the very least, and definitely some other characers. So we're gonna have to see how he feels.
Really opening up the... I swear, we're gonna figure this out.
We're gonna work on it.
Aether really opening up the game here by using these dandy steps and dashes to cross up Sephiroth whenever they're in the midst of their pressure, really allowing themselves to either avoid hits or just get great punishes off of this pile bunker.
Oh, he went back to the Slayer, maybe feeling a bit more confident when they both have the same tools. Hopefully, you know, might see the Eno later in the bracket. I know it's definitely not a bad character, and Sephiroth is a very competent Enos, but we're gonna have to see if that Slayer can make these adaptations though.
Not only did they switch to Slayer, the track has switched to Jack-A-Dandy, one of Slayer's older themes. Gets the big 2S here, counter hit. What are they gonna do on Oki? 2H again.
Getting the double went for a third. Maybe a little greedy on that one. Attempts a pile bunker loop, I think, but doesn't quite time it right and gets a combo for his trouble. That's a round for SafestSephiroth, already looking much better than in these first two games. Ooh, the attempted fist bump, but Aether comes out on top.
The two H's here coming out from both players. Sephiroth getting into the corner, gets one grab. It's a 2H, but gets avoided by the backdash. The universal counter gets put off by the 2H. We're going into the corner, Sephiroth says, but Aether gets the hit. Big grab.
Grabbed that 6K, and these throws are really giving Aether some trouble. He's maybe not expecting these blood-sucking universes.
Looks like the switch back from SafestSephiroth is really paying off here.
Yeah, that mental reset, both for yourself and for your opponent, can really help. You know, SafestSephiroth gets to sort of start over, doesn't have to deal with those, you know, habits from that first game, and Aether got used to the Eno for a moment, now has to get used to Slayer again.
Yeah.
Gonna see if SafestSephiroth can carry this momentum, though.
Going into game
4.
Yeah, 4. It's 4, I swear.
Yeah, takes that burst and gets that blood-sucking universe. Has this big counter hit, ooh, but doesn't get it off in time. Gets that air throw on the Master's Hammer. And another blood-sucking universe, and gets it, and that's just gonna kill.
Yep, that's gonna seal the round here for Sephiroth. Really big stuff here, using the grab. Using the grab and the 2H to really bait out any attempts to foil. But
these dandy steps are always so much fun to see just which rock, paper, scissors option they pick.
They're really representing the P-Dandy here to cross up and make moves a whiff. Gets the wall stick and a wall break with the super. This is going to be a hard knockdown.
Ooh, goes for the empty jump, perhaps trying to expect a mash or something from Sephiroth, but Sephiroth backs away, gets this safety. Grabs in the corner, both looking very low, gets his own back throw incident. PFGC's YRC spending meter and another throw. This is throw station right now. And gets that pile bunker.
Uses K-Dandy there to avoid the 5K coming out from Aether and ties up the set 2-2.
2-2, back to another game 5. We've been getting some of these, it's been a lot of fun. Can just see whether Aether can capture that magic he had in the first two games and just, you know, maybe start looking out for these throws and command grabs a bit more, but that's a dangerous situation versus Slayer, especially in the corner. If you backdash wrong, you're, you know, eating a big combo for that.
You're at least getting sent through the wall.
Oh, absolutely.
It's going to be huge. It's going to be very important to see how Aether adapts and changes their gameplay to suit the needs of this very command grab style. And we get the color change really going into the zone here.
He's locking in. A.B.A is out of that dandy step option, I believe. Ooh, backdashes his own command throw. Shows no, I'm the only one who can bloodsucking universe in this match. But he's not able to get these counter hits for the things. Ooh, PRCing around each other, that 6P to Captain Master's Hammer whiffs, but gets that grab anyway, and then into a command throw. Sephiroth loves these grabs, and I cannot blame him. They're really working out. Gets that close slash punish into a big combo to finish off the round.
Sephiroth goes on to set point here with the Slayer. Big counter hit trade from both players. They're blocking the pile bunker. That's minus 15, except you can actually punish it, like some characters I know.
Our unbiased commentary. Other characters, yeah.
Ooh, big 2H here.
With the super, it's getting a hard knockdown wall break. That's a big chunk of damage, positive bonus. Everything is looking in Sephiroth's favor, but Aether has that burst almost on deck.
Has to use burst here to get out of this really bad situation. Gets a command grab, goes for another 2H to try and punish. But
that PRC gave Sephiroth enough time to see the FD and knew that grab would be very hard to avoid. Gets that last combo.
Gets the
and
close
takes
slash.
The round. Takes the set.
Gets the close slash here to secure the win after a reverse 3-0.
Reverse. That's the Eno magic. Even if you don't win on the Eno, it was the blessing.
Eno magic.
The Eno magic. This is why everyone should pick Enos, because even if you switch back to your main, you then win.
Unbiased commentary.
For sure, everyone should do it. Everyone should play Eno. Absolutely. Back on the snow stage, we might have to tell Waffle to switch stage again. They keep picking these potentially laggy stages, but I don't think we've had issues too much so far. But not a popular stage, I know. So maybe Waffle has some secret strategy with that. Letting the intros rock. A personal favorite for me. I love letting them rock on the game one, but gonna see how these two start. Ooh, that far slash gets beat by the aerial move. Getting his block pressure already, but Sin gets like 2k out of it. Gets to start his own block pressure.
Tries to get big mix here. Electro does, gets a big knockdown. Tries to go for another mix opportunity here. Very patient neutral being played between both characters, but one hit leads into Roman cancel. We're gonna get a wall break.
Absolutely, they've been trading a lot of little hits and little block strings, but May just gets there, just staring at each other for a moment, really trying to think of what the other's gonna do. But Sin gets forcing May to burst out the corner.
Very patient gameplay here again, really wanting to monitor and observe what their opponent is going to do. But Waffle takes the round.
Yes, bringing out her friend to celebrate the round win. Letting the outros rock too, as well as the intros, but it's game 2. We're gonna have to see that 2S beats that 6P, I believe.
Big block on the overhead here, gets a big counter hit, pushes them to the wall, but we still get more pressure coming back and forth from Waffle, really establishing themselves in this game. Use the red Roman cancel up to get a combo into a charged 6H, I believe.
Waffle has had these conversions and these combos on deck, but has also been really good on defense. Hasn't been hit by any of these overheads from Sin. Gets the RC to block the burst, and gets game 1.
It's game 1. Waffle playing a really patient May, but really great at whiff punishing and converting whenever it matters. But Electro is showing some great stuff, using these pokes and neutral that Sin is known for and very good at controlling.
Absolutely.
You know, this is the ground-based footsies that Guilty Gear is known for.
100%. We're going to see if Electro can maybe gonna have to see if he can find just some strategy that's gonna work. Maybe being a bit more active. They're both playing very patient, but if Electro can just use Sin's speed and just pure aggressiveness to run down May, that might be a way to do it. We're gonna have to see how it goes. Letting the intro rock again, May splashing in this water in the snowy environment. How does that work?
Just so hot and clean with it that it's melting the snow underneath her feet. You know, I do believe that letting the intros rock is great for both players. It lets them get a chance of peace to collect their thoughts and think about how they're going to adapt as the match happens.
Absolutely. Ooh, that air-to-air interaction doesn't quite get the conversion, unfortunately, but gets May in the corner. That's really never a bad thing for Sin. That trade there gets both hard knockdowns.
Waffle catches out Elfelt, yeah, not even on the screen.
Yeah,
Has to get... Electro gets the burst out from Waffle here. We're going back to this pace at neutral. Gets the 3K, I believe, into a big conversion here from Waffle that gets a wall break.
Yeah, Electro's been very patient with his burst so far. Hasn't used it with that big combo. Maybe wants to make sure to save it for a moment like that really defines a game. Ooh, that 5P mash catches the startup of what Electro was trying to do. Lets Waffle take the round. And April comes back out to spin around and celebrate. I think that's April. I don't know if the Jellyfish fires that well.
I don't know. I'm not a May fan. But anyways, going back in here, uses the low here to catch Waffle guessing. Waffle guessing overhead each time, and I think Electro is starting to see it, but that is all for now. Uses the DP here.
Run up throw, reminiscent of his father, Kai run up grab Kisk. Really borrowing some of that strategy, but it lets Waffle get his own pressure started, pushing Electro all the way back to the other corner. It's the air dolphin. Electro's bad, hard down low, gets hit by that dolphin, and that might be it.
Oh, but it doesn't kill. Back into a very situation. Uses the PRC to try to get it, but Electro uses YRC, getting this runner grab pressure 50 meter, has the burst, but ends it, doesn't want to lose this game, and
just a shockwave from that beach ball barely caught Sin and was able to do that 1 pixel of damage that was needed. That's game 2 for Waffle.
Waffle taking the second game in a very close fashion. We were almost on the heels of a big comeback there from Electro. Electro really showing themselves in this game to be able to play aggressively and more actively, and it's working well. It's working very well for them.
Absolutely. We're going to see are the mics tweaking? Is there technical difficulties happening? That might be a problem. We'll just keep rocking with the games for now.
Yeah.
Back in a snowy map, neither of them have had an issue with it, at least, so that's Waffle's not had to switch. Letting the intro rock every time. They really just want that time to think and strategize. Electro has really been on the back foot this whole set. We're going to see if he can really carry this back.
Uses the jump normal to try to get in against Waffle. Does it again. We're back into another 50-50 situation. Really taking advantage of this great pressure that Sin has, but May is on the same dynamic of great pressure, has these great conversions in Oki, but Tyrant Rave to catch out the ball here.
Saw the ball just press the super button, just a good strategy. But Electro, Waffle takes back the momentum of the match and is able to get that kill with that Roman cancel.
On set point here from the throw into left-right mix situation. Big air-to-air here by Electro, really wanting to get in and use this offense, but Waffle really great at using this 3K to make sure that they're punishing anything that happens. Big grab here from Electro inside the corner, gets the meaty, but neutral control coming out, back to playing this patient game for Waffle, gets a big whiff punish, another big counter hit into a big combo that might break the wall.
Waffle's defense has been so good this whole set, but Electro's finally getting these hits that he needs. We're going to see if he can just continue to get that these Waffle's been so good at blocking. Ooh, but that Roman cancel lets him convert, drops the last hit, but makes up for it with that whiff punish.
Electro taking around and getting back into the race here like they have been this entire time, but just not showing and reflecting in the score going into this round. Gets a big grab here for an Oki situation. It's a big combo. It's going to break the wall, but Waffle finds a way to get out of the situation. Big counter hit. May does damage.
He's not dandy step, but whatever it's called for synchronizing into that throw is really getting a lot of mileage. Waffle isn't being ready for those.
Gazelle step into throw is something that, while can be reacted to, it's very hard to predict unless you're actively looking for it. Big hit here from Waffle, forces out the burst. We get a big counter hit. Neutral's being poked back and forth. This round could go either way. Big 2H here from Electro, but doesn't get the confirm. Gets the overhead into the 5K to close the game and puts one up on the board.
Absolutely, this might be another. If we can get a third Game 5 in a row, that would be really impressive. Maybe even more. No, I believe it's however many Game 5s we've had. I would love to see another one.
I believe we've had 3 in a row so far. Chat, could you correct me on that if I'm wrong?
With Kalibun, Yuffie, Sephiroth, Aether, and now this one will be third. We'll have to see if Electro can bring it there, though.
I mean, Electro doing a really good job in that game, really showing that the adaptations are starting to come through and make a difference. Sin really great at controlling this neutral and stopping Mei from whiff punishing like Waffle has been doing.
Absolutely, we're going to see if Electro is going to be able to get those I can't talk. The block strings have just been doing not enough for him, but we're going to see if he can just make these neutral moves maybe work better. Hasn't been catching a lot of dolphins, hasn't been catching a lot of these beach balls. We're going to see if he can just like work a bit more on these punishes maybe.
Uses Gazelle Step here to close in the difference and get a close slash that forces Waffle to use the burst. Big stuff here from both players. Gets a big counter hit, has to just block it. Really great job at blocking this mix from Waffle here, setting up a situation that's a left-right pressure. I think I would have gotten hit by that.
Oh, absolutely, I would have. I'm not good at Mei cross-ups, so it's scary. Ooh, another one to get this counter hit. Ooh, but that wake-up super is Mei able to block it.
Gets away here and gets back into an advantageous situation using the Gazelle Step to get themselves out of the corner. Low into grab. We're setting up a big mix opportunity here. Uses Gazelle Step to get back in out of the resource. Gotta be careful here because one hit and you're dead.
Mei just does so much damage on these counter hits.
Waffle going up here for set point. Really big interaction here on the next round. Big jump here from Electro, really playing patient again. Waffle getting back in, but uses the Totsugeki, which is minus. Big mash here from Waffle.
See, ooh, the reversal super catches that far slash attempt. Ooh, but this reversal super might catch the beach ball. Oh, able to block it in time somehow.
Pops the beach ball, but does not pop the health. Big throw here from Waffle, gets the charge dust here. We're in a big situation for Waffle. Has the burst and positive bonus to spare and to get into this pressure. Electro is willing to spin the burst on one more hit, and
ooh, but that 5H is so active that Electro just ran into it, and that's a 3-1 for Waffle, moving up to top 8. This is the second Faust that Waffle was out to fight. I believe their first opponent was also a Faust. So we're going to see if that, they're doing very good against that Faust. We're going to have to see if that carries over. Letting the intros rock again, the cinema. Appreciate it.
You're an unadulterated cinema.
See how this begins. Are they pretty patient round start?
Tries the 6P a dolphin attempt here from Waffle, but not really getting the chance here. Timmy really controlling neutral, trying to get out these items, but throws the horn and has to air stall to not be in the situation. Gets the hit here. Let's see how they do on Oki.
Already some good conversions, catching that backdash with the 6H, I believe is what that is. Getting some items on the field. Ooh, picks up the trumpet this time, forcing Waffle to have to block. Lets them get that 6H to thrust and get that round. Already showing some very proficient use of these items.
Big
that 5H.
Counter hit round start here from Waffle. Gets another counter hit here next to the wall. Has the super. It's gonna spin it. We got a hard knockdown on wall break.
Big chunk of damage for these combos. Mei is just so good at just deleting your health bar off of one hit.
Big patience here from both characters. Faust doing the PRC command grab.
Silver PRC into the snip, lights the Waffle on fire. Bit of a timer there. Blocks it, but that keeps Mei on the defensive for a moment, letting Timmy have this time to just build up these resources, getting that hit, getting not quite a wall break, but getting the corner pressure here. The banana lets them set up some tricky situations here. Gets that explosion, and just the YRC backs him off, lets Waffle get the round.
Looking scary there for Waffle for a second, but does use the 3K, I believe, to punish that attempt and seal the round for themselves to tie it up 1-1.
He gets the healing banana, but was already at full health. These Faust items are so funny when there was it help the opponent sometimes, but ooh, he picks up his own afro. Has to look good for the camera while he beats up May, sets hers on fire. Gets this pressure.
Gets the big jump in to contest the dolphin inside of the air. Makes Waffle spin the burst. Gets another PRC. Snip, snip. Big RC here. Probably going to close out the round.
Good, nice combo to get the perfect. So many afros that round.
You know, really haircutting the competition. I can't think of a pun. Big stuff here from both sides. Really showing the mastery that led them here into top 8 for both of their characters. Really, it was a back and forth affair, both on big life leads or even in some situation big resource leads.
Absolutely. Temmie was doing a great job of making that comeback for a little while, but just couldn't quite go all the way. Got that one hit. So we're going to see if they can maybe avoid taking those big hits this time. May's just so scary that it's really hard to avoid them, but doing a good job so far, getting that corner combo.
Big corner carry from Temmie here. Tries to back out with the Typhoon, but Waffle here using Pierce.
Getting anti-aired. Getting it thrown as well in the corner into that overhead flip, overhead kiss, I believe it's what it's called, into the combo into the wall break.
Big 6P here from Temmie to really stop Waffle from getting into the air. Big scalpel here. That's a lot of wall damage. Runs up, gets the command grab, really running the strike throw pressure. Gets the safe jump, but crosses up.
Gold burst to beat Scarecrow PRC, but he just does another Scarecrow PRC. Continues his combo. Will this be enough to kill? Not quite. But ooh, doesn't quite finish it on there. And the May 3K finishes it out.
Really close around there. Starting out again. Temmie being a master at using these 6Ps to stop Waffle from approaching with Dolphins. Gets that 6H, but doesn't get this scalpel after. Gets a big punish here.
Gets the meteors, but doesn't. Waffle gets out of its range before it hits. Gets that counter hit by H. Is that just it? Not quite.
Oh, if they would have used the meter, it might have been, but decides to save it for the other side. It's caught mashing. We're gonna get a big corner carry combo here. Uses the burst, does not want to lose this advantageous situation. Has the 50 meter. Big faultless defense here to stop from getting chipped. This is a big situation here for Temmie. Mini Faust hold the neutral. Gets the low, gets another Mini Faust.
These items, they were doing good, but not quite good enough to avoid that JH.
Yeah, May with these great disjoints and big buttons really being used to their fullest potential here from Waffle, but Temmie really putting up a fight with not only this great look on items, but great conversions from not only Scarecrow, but the PRCs themselves.
Absolutely, this May normals have just been so good at stuffing Faust approaches, but his normals are also pretty good, so it's just really, there's strengths on either side, but May just does so much damage. It's really an uphill battle for Faust, but Temmie has not been doing bad. Temmie's been getting very close. I think a few changes and can really turn this around.
It is a tied up set for a reason. Both players having a game.
Faust not requiring insurance, pretty based of him, I must say. Ooh, that 5K is such a high up. It's really an anti-air itself. Tosses the trumpet, gets the trumpet to summon his army.
Big mix here coming out from Temmie, not really wanting Waffle to leave the corner, but gets a confirm here, throws out a banana that does heal Waffle for a little bit, but is able to get a hit that evens it right back out. The bomb volleyball.
Guess that banana peel though. Has to burst that 5H, that could have just been a huge chunk of damage. That Scarecrow is such a scary move when he has the meter to PRC, it chooses not to, just making Waffle wait for it.
wants to use the burst here to really confirm and extend their pressure instead of confirming, but that doesn't matter to Timmy and takes the round.
6-8, we're just able to catch. Waffle maybe wasn't blocking high there. That's an overhead move, some people don't know. Who tries to deflect shield but gets caught by the snip. A very good prediction from Timmy, or good reaction.
Another throw here, not even letting the Afro explode first, but goes back in, is not willing to use these fast 5Ps, has meter to break the wall, but decides not to, wants to save it for the other side, jumps over the 3K, but gets the PRC throw here into the confirm. Waffle gets burst, but decides to use it, does not want to lose this fast. Constantly using this PRC, gets a big 5H. Could be a big confirm, walks them down to the corner, but
at 2P.
Quick Easy slaps to the toe to make sure that they can't get away with the round. Both players assembling back up here, really trying to get right back into this, not wanting to let the momentum shift from either side. Big start of the round here.
Watching the startup of something from Waffle. Tries to go for the head throw after that J2K, but Waffle predicting it, stuffs him out of it.
Getting these item throws out. Gets an Afro, gets pushed back into it, but that gives the head better properties.
I didn't know that was a thing that was could do. That's really interesting. Gets that.
The Afro lets the bag head explode in a wider radius and go on for a bit longer.
That's really funny. That's interesting. I obviously just thought that picking up the Afro was just a bad thing if it happened. But hey, that's the intricacies of Faust that most players don't know. Waffle's been saving this meter so that he could do the reversal and PRC. A really good strategy to not get punished for it, because Timmy's been so good at safe jumping and blocking them.
Not only reverses the corner, but reverses the situation and takes the round while they're at it. Big pokes here coming out from Timmy, not wanting to let Waffles have the advantage. Timmy again poking May out, gets the BR, gets the wild assault into damage. Big pokes coming out here from both sides, but Waffle able to get in, gets a counter hit into the grab.
Dude's so good with these scarecrows, just like making Waffle too afraid to press anything because it might be a PRC.
Using the burst as soon as Waffle gets it again, really playing a game where they don't want to lose their momentum, but get scalpeled, and we have Timmy on set point. Timmy not wanting to let Waffle get the advantage here, but Waffle runs up and gets a command grab. This is going to be big damage from May in the corner. Look at that, almost 50%.
Half of Faust's health gone already. But May's missing their burst, so it's really, Faust has this time to really just attack as much as he wants, but May can't really do much to get out of it, but manages to still find those gaps.
Big mix situations coming out here from Waffle, constantly using things like 6K in the lows to make sure that neutral can't be won, but Timmy making sure to stay patient, really reversing the tides here from the situation that was given in the first place. Gets into the mix.
Oh, just barely misses a snip and gets 5P'd for his troubles.
But, Waffle does tie up the set here inside of our first game of top 8. We're already going to a game 5.
Already, that's what you love to see in brackets like these.
Putting in, I wonder what each player is thinking, not wanting to let the momentum shift and going straight into the game. Big low here from Timmy, going back and forth with the bomb volleyball, but neither one gets hit.
Some mini Faust. Hold down the neutral. Look at that Dolphin lets Waffle start their pressure, start these mix-ups, but Timmy's been so good at blocking them, gets his counter hit. That's a corner carry.
Timmy's reactions are on point, making Waffle spin the burst, has the PRC to keep themselves safe. Big 6P that leads into them getting the bomb afro. Gets the big hit here, stops it from bouncing, and we're going through the wall.
Ooh, that counter hit up Dolphin is such a big... Ooh, that charge just was maybe a little spaced too far away. But these lows catching Temmie, still blocking high. 6H locking them down. Guard crush.
Has to use the yellow Roman cancel here to give himself a chance to breathe. Uses the Scarecrow to cross up and gets himself on set point.
Dude, these 5Ks from Temmie have been so good at keeping Waffle away with these Dolphins. It's such a good anti-airing tool. A banana on the ground, Temmie having to avoid it.
Using the mini Faust here to get in and really establish themselves in neutral, but Waffle not letting them have it for free, contesting and gets the burst here, but has to use it as soon as they're given the chance. Temmie really great on these confirms, constantly throwing out items. That's a horn, but it's getting ignored.
Such a cool combo on that Tether PRC2. I'm a little sad we didn't get to see what that combo would have, where that combo would have gone. But Waffle's doing everything they can to keep Faust in the corner here.
Big confirm here from Waffle, looping into this wall break. This is gonna be a hard knockdown.
That wild assault, not wild assault, gold burst. There we go to get that distance, but Nate gets that round.
Same bar of meter being used here, but it doesn't matter because Waffle gets on set point. We're at last game, last round of this first set of top 8.
They're being so patient, just poking each other out, trying to find that hit and not get whiff punished, but May just gets caught at the starter for 5H, I believe. Is that through the wall? That's through the wall.
Waffle has the burst here. I want to see if they're going to be patient with it, but PRCs were about at death's door here. To try their best to make a comeback. Faust does have the meter to make it safe.
Not quite. One more hit. That J2K catches the 3K.
Big stuff from both
and
players.
Temmie
really
takes
close.
our first set of top 8.
In an absolute showcase of skill from both players. That was insane to see. For our first match of top 8, oh, this is going to be great. This is going to be so good, man. I love Guilty Gear.
It's so much fun. Keep Happy Chaos on the defensive, not let him get any of his momentum set up. It's doable, but if Happy Chaos gets a few good hits, gets that curse, it's very dangerous.
Big constant 6Ps to stop Sephiroth from approaching as a whole, but catches Zayy trying to build more focus, really controlling this neutral, not wanting Zayy to get a chance, or not wanting Sephiroth to get a chance, I'm sorry.
Both playing this matchup so well. Zayy stuffing at these attempts of approaching with these gunshots and curse, as well as 6P'ing these hover dashes. Ino's very susceptible to these. Ooh, the PRC to block that stroke, but doesn't get the punish and gets hit for it.
Gets a big counter hit in the corner here.
A whiffed grab lets Sephiroth get his own grab, PRC and get the round.
First round here goes for a 2S from Zayy's side, but big counter hit here from Sephiroth. I'm assuming this combo is going to be big,
just a little. Canceled the 6H one hit too early. I have to assume that was a drop. That's really unfortunate because now he's getting hit through the wall for it. Or no, he's getting wall slumped for it. That's even worse.
Gonna have to take this mix going back and forth. Uses the birth, doesn't want to get wall slumped anymore, having to take this constant mix, but it doesn't matter. Zayy getting more focus and
getting that hard knockdown, and then another one from the throw. Ooh, forcing that burst from him, that's good. If you have to lose the round, you really want to take the burst from Happy Chaos. Because that just gives him essentially an extra life where you have to once again try and get all the way across the screen to him.
Zayy does tie up the set here, but not without losing, as he said, or as Oddity said, the burst.
That's a good, you want to really just sometimes run at him if he's trying to focus up after getting that distance. Sometimes you can just catch the ending of that.
Goes to get the wall slip here.
Ooh, a really, really bold attempt of a megalomania, but just doesn't quite get it and goes for another one. I have to remain unbiased, but I do have a favorite. I'm sorry to all the other people in chat. Sorry, Aether, but I do have a favorite.
Oh boy. big conversion here to seal the game. One game going to Sephiroth, but that does not mean that Zayy did not put up a valiant effort. Really great at controlling that neutral. It could have went either way.
No, it's absolutely very close. I was seeing Sephiroth drop a few combos too. If he can really clean those up, might be able to make these games not quite as close. But Zayy really just needs to make like a few changes, like catch a few more of these specials, and just really like stuff Eno out a little bit more. She really struggles at the long range versus Chaos.
There has been Zayy showcasing it right there, catching Sephiroth in the middle of a normal, but Sephiroth fighting back, having both players using bursts as soon as possible to not want to let the other one have the upper advantage, but Sephiroth going back into the offense here, getting a wall break, deciding to save the meter, doesn't want the hard knockdown.
Zayy is calling out these hovers and MLAs with these 6Ps really hard, but Sephiroth's been going for the strokes to get under it. Got that PRC and just barely whiffed the 2K, but got that 2D, which let them convert into a full wall break. That 6P though, blocking the hover dash. A gunshot, you know, that's a dangerous conversion.
Big air bounce here, leading into another conversion. Has the focus on side of Sephiroth and the 50 meter. This is going to be a hard situation to get out of if you're Sephiroth. Goes into the corner, but drops the combo.
Ooh, the 5P to stop the aerial attempt. Ooh, oh, the genius BRC to give him enough time to punch out. But that gunshot just finishing off the round for Zayy.
Tried and true 6P against Eno. It works like a charm for Zayy here. But Sephiroth using their burst as soon as they get it, does not want to be in disadvantage versus Happy Chaos.
These 6Ps from Zayy are really good when they work, but really not doing much for him when Sephiroth has been low profiling with these strokes. Has full meter here, which is a lot for Happy Chaos, who does so much with even a little bit of meter.
No focus here, so these shots are missing. Really scrambling in neutral to try and get something done. Has the burst, gets the Y Iota in neutral. Tries.
Sephiroth, I think, seeing that little bit of health and just trying to go for that JH to finish it, but just getting caught by that 6P. Empty hover to throw off of the YRC, a classic option if the opponent is waiting for the 50-50.
Sephiroth just inching out Zayy here. Both games so far have been extremely close. It's like you can see them adapting mid-game.
Yeah, Sephiroth showing that this matchup might be hard as not undoable. He is making a real show of just how you want to play this, but Zayy making a swap to Millia Rage. This is a matchup I know much less about from the Eno side. They both really want to do similar things, but we'll have to see which of them can just get their Oki started faster.
Gets the big JH to try and stop Eno from doing anything. Another counter hit leads to tandem top mix. Big corner steal from the Millia. We're going to get a... Jesus, look at this confirm.
There's something about Millia players, even in beginner brackets, I've never found a Millia who does not convert like those types of combos perfectly. I've never found a Millia who drops those. They're all so consistent with these combos. It's really impressive as a player base.
Big grab here, looking for the mix. Tries to back away, but it doesn't work. And Zayy securing the round.
It's so hard to deal with. You never know. There's so many options a Millia could do off of a disc that you never really know what to guess.
Sephiroth poking out the normals here, coming from Zayy making risky decisions to try to get out this mix, but it just not working out this round. Catches the backdash with the stroke and
the
gets the grab.
And gets the megalo off of it. Sephiroth, you gotta stop. I can only like a player so much. Izanami saying some rude things about Millia players in the chat. I don't know if we can co-sign that as commentators. I feel like Millia players are really making the most they can out of a character that has been maybe not quite as loved by the developers as some others.
But Metal for Zayy fighting back, going literally mental here. Tries to get the reversal super, but that might have been a safe jump. It's the grab and it kills.
Eno has so many safe jumps that she can do. So hard to get her on those reversal supers on a knockdown like that.
is able to get over.
He's so good at stuffing out these aerial approaches, both on Happy Chaos and on Millia. Manages to block all of that somehow. I certainly wouldn't have. The TKH dive, a classic.
Has to use the burst here, does not want to get put into another bad situation, but Zayy able to run up and get this Oki. Oh, we're gonna get a big mix situation here. Advantageous on block, gets the corners, gets the steal on the second side again. JH into JH, gets the 100 meter and 100 burst. This is looking very good for Zayy right now.
Sephiroth playing this defense so well versus Millia, blocking so much, but just one hit still does a good chunk of damage, even for a lower health character like Millia. Goes for the deflect shield, expecting a meaty attack, but Millia is so good at just buzzing around you before attacking, really just instilling fear. Gets a game on the board for Team Mental.
Really coming back into their own with this Millia here. The Happy Chaos not working out so well, but really able to find their stride on a character that doesn't see a lot of representation overall.
Yeah, might be swapping characters. We're seeing taking a minute to get back on the dais. We'll have to see. Yeah, looks like a character swap. Back onto the Slayer. Really just wants to get that one hit and just blow up Millia's entire health bar, maybe. Has been getting those hits, but just not enough for Eno's damage, but maybe Slayer's damage will be enough to just end these games a bit faster.
It's the big K Dandy here on round start. Really big 2H, but forces Zayy to use the burst automatically. Gets another 6P, really not wanting Zayy to get back into this driver's seat. Again, using the burst. Again, another counter hit coming from again, another counter hit.
Trades are going crazy, and there's a Slayer damage. Just gets, even on these trades, he's winning so much more.
Just a matter of health. Sephiroth really
barely outranges that 6P and manages to get a punish. This Millia mix is so dangerous, even for Slayer.
It's the big 6K here into a knockdown to set up this tandem top mix. Decides to break the wall with the meter. Millia really setting up a big position for herself here. Big BRC air grab for Sephiroth. Really dangerous situation here for Zayy, but able to use BRC to find a way out and secure the round.
Just maybe expected a cross up with that last disc Oki there, but Zayy just patiently stood there and let the disc do its work. It's down to one round here, set point for Sephiroth, but
having to BRC as soon as having to burst as soon as they get it, because they do not want to be in this pressure, but gets put into it anyways. Gets off the wall. This is bad here, but Zayy's finding another way.
And Zayy clearing that round with a perfect. Sephiroth just couldn't find those hits he was getting before.
You know, really great from both players here. Zayy really showing what this Millia is capable of and just absolutely mixing and vortexing Sephiroth to the point where they can't mash, they can't get out.
Absolutely, they were playing so... I feel like they've been slowing down the Oki a bit. They were going real hard in the first couple games, letting Sephiroth get used to being able to mash out. Sephiroth went on Elfelt, though, off the Slayer. Maybe felt that wasn't the pick. I don't think we've seen the Elfelt yet, so we got to see. I don't know how this matchup goes at all. I know that Elfelt's pretty good at able to just like keep her pressure going with that Rekka, but we're gonna have to see. And that gunshot, of course, very good at just forcing people to keep on the move even at long ranges.
Sephiroth using burst as soon as they get it, not really wanting Zayy to get a chance to get back into the driver's seat. That chasing projectile chases down Millia. Bomb chocolate, big mix situation here, but doesn't convert off of it. Big super here from Zayy, leading into a combo that takes the round.
I see the vision on the Elfel switch. These gunshots and that 6P are all very solid tools against her kit, but I don't know. Maybe you know, was finding success on the Eno, was finding success on the Slayer. Maybe just sticking on one and making adaptations could work better than switching. But we'll have to see if this strategy, you know, turns around by the end of this round.
Speaking of adaptations, Zayy really adapting to how Sephiroth wants to play this Elfelt. Big 6H misses and stops them from getting.
Ooh, that Artemis kick just barely with punishing that 5P. Oh, this might be it. That RC is going to let them pick up and finish the round with a reverse 3-0 from Zayy.
Picks up
that
the second.
Millia. So hard to deal with for a lot of characters.
Can't forget the approach options that Pot has and able to make it to where the zoning that Happy Chaos is very capable of doing is not as much of a factor, but 2K2D misses a Pot Buster that has to use the burst here to reset the situation.
They're both just really struggling to find that one good hit to convert into a full combo. Gets the curse, but the slide head hits just in time to stop that gunshot and combos into a heavenly. Now the scaling is going to kill the damage a little bit, but just the mental here as well, so it's still going to do a good chunk.
Really big advantage here, not only getting the damage itself, but getting an opportunity for Oki using float flicks to try and frame trap, but Yarnspunstory not really letting them get the chance, using these shots along with this curse to really make these bullets stick.
Forcing the burst out of Yarnspunstory, potentially going for, try to go for the air-to-air, but the BRC made Yarnspunstory able to get that JP and get the round.
Adapting from the mental damage of the Heavenly, and
gets the pot buster, real long range command grab now. So hard to predict when it's going to hit you. Drops that combo, letting Yarn start their own combo here in the corner. Not where you want to be for the Happy Chaos. His corner pressure is so good. Ooh, the armorless slide head go through.
2K2D at the ready, really getting this pressure on and getting a wall break here. Being able to reset neutral is huge here. Gets the burst bait, has 100-meter and the burst lead. Big cross up. Gets the roll to go
goes around the pot buster. That's so sad. Gets the heavenly, I think, just to escape the vortex Happy Chaos puts you in when you're up close like that. Using these slide heads to just close the distance takes the round. That 100-meter will not help you when you're getting grabbed by Potemkin's loving arms.
Just wants to give you a hug, as seen by this round start.
He
And the
really
actual first
Kalibun really wants to give the people hugs. She is a proficient pot buster.
I respect it, wanting to spread love across the world, but Happy Chaos spreading bullets and it not mattering.
Another one is going for, maybe was predicting a wake-up jump there, trying to maybe stuff it out with an air normal there, but
flicks the bullet.
Flicks the bullet, no burst from Happy Chaos there. Lets Kalibun get a game.
Takes the first game of this losers set. Big stuff here. I honestly, I thought that Happy Chaos had great control there for a second, really showing this vortex and mix that this character is able to put on.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, with Potemkin, his health is just so high, you have to mix him for so long to be able to kill him off that. Whereas he just has to get a few good hits on you. You know, maybe not as much with Happy Chaos as certain other characters like Bridget or even Eno. But really, it's death by 1,000 cuts versus death by a jackhammer. Like it's really tough. Like that's already a good chunk of Happy Chaos's health down.
Uses the slide head armor on round start to guarantee a pot buster, really making this armor come out in full force. But Yarnspunstory not out of it yet. Really finding a way out.
Uses that aerial and just instills the fear in Yarn and gets these pot busters.
Big forward Mega Fist here to start off the round, but it gets blocked, and that's very minus. Flicks another bullet.
He wasn't able to convert off that 2H, but just gets that neutral reset. But Yarn able to win, misses the curse a little bit, but gets it there. But the pot buster is going to clear the curse and get a big chunk of damage here.
Hammerfall break into pot buster from full screen.
That slide head armor has been doing so much work for Kalibun. Yarn, I don't know if they can do a gunshot there to break the second piece of armor, but these situations are just not going their way.
Getting great resource management with inside of the combo. Gets a hard knockdown, has full focus and bullets. This Oki is going to be serious and gets the round because of it.
This Potemkin health, Happy Chaos is still able to whittle his way through it there.
Gets the roll through pressure, absolutely mixing up. Kalibun gets the meaty counter hit. This is going to go to the wall, but doesn't end up breaking. Gets the burst on the hit that would ball stick. But
saving that meter wanted the blue RC forward there, I think. Able to get through that slide head armor, but enforcing the burst out of Kalibun. Using this long range pressure, these gunshots are so hard to deal with for Potemkin at long range. Especially in the air, but gets that back throw.
It's off the wall.
Attempts to burst bait, isn't able to get it, and Yarn takes the game.
Yarn ties up the set 1-1. Really just insanely good at controlling the neutral with these shots and getting this great resource management. It always seems like they have bullets and focus to spare.
Absolutely. I mean, I've very rarely played a Happy Chaos that is not a master of meter management. I feel like I so rarely see them run out of bullets or concentration.
I mean, to be fair,
Yarn is no different.
It is a character that really relies heavy on these resources to keep their offensive pressure, and Yarnspunstory is doing a great job. But
absolutely something that even in a beginner setting, you really need to have those skills down to be able to perform. But I don't even know if Yarn's doing beginner things. That was just a full meterless corner to corner combo. Didn't quite get the wall break, but it's getting a ton of damage and resources here.
Big 2S here from Kalibun, really showing what can be done with this combo structure from Potemkin, but Yarnspunstory getting the 6P counter hit, really taking advantage of all these buttons that Kalibun's throwing out.
Just a few hits from Potemkin, and Happy Chaos's health is already gone. All that
slide head and the slide head, true combo for Kalibun here, and
potbustering the 6P. Classic round start potbuster. If you're not being aware of it, you will eat a massive chunk of damage. You really have to be aware. Mashing on round start is so dangerous, and mashing ever is so dangerous. Doing anything is so dangerous versus Potemkin. Just gotta pick these moments.
Yarnspunstory not out of it yet. Does have 50 meter and focus and curse on board, but doesn't matter.
Tried to whiff punish the flick, but didn't quite time it right. Got hit by it, and then got hit by that hammerfall on their landing. Maybe wasn't able to see it happening.
Closes out the game. Gets second game of the set here. I don't really know what either player could do to adapt. Both are playing very well here. It's just Pot's just doing more damage.
Yeah, it's just Kalibun's been getting these potbusters. Yarn is maybe not as, careful and not as, not countering those as much as they maybe could, but even then it's so scary because if you backdash, you're eating some other combo. If you jump, you're eating something else.
Really patient round start from Yarnspunstory here, not really wanting Kalibun to get the chance to really do much, but Kalibun does get a grab into the Garuda pressure.
Cross is absolutely right. This pot is very scary. But Happy Chaos, not out of this absolutely by any means. It just takes a few good mixed sequences and a few not getting hit by Potbuster PRCs it to get that burst safe heat knuckle. Gets that positive bonus.
Yarnspunstory really approaching and putting on this pressure, even though they were just wall broken. Kalibun wants to get out of here with the Heavenly, use those invincibility frames on the startup of the move, but we have a big conversion here that doesn't end up in a wall stick.
Oh, that's a cool combo. Included a side switch for just a moment. Maybe that wasn't even intentional because it ended up in a drop, but got that grab to PRC it into a wall stick anyway.
Kalibun tries to do a hammerfall into Potbuster, but it doesn't quite work out. Gets hit, but has to use the burst. We're back in a very sticky situation here for Kalibun.
Yarnspun is on their tournament life right now, as far as games go, making the most of it. Does not want to get knocked out of his bracket so soon, is not satisfied with 7th place.
Doesn't have the focus here to continue applying this pressure from afar. As soon as they get it, slide head into slide head, true combo.
Is able to, just the curse goes a bit over, it gets that close slash. The YRC keeping Pot away. Ooh, that Potbuster, but the roll around it. And here's a big chunk of damage and A hard knockdown. Is it going to kill? Not quite, leaving just a tiny sliver of health. But that might as well be a tiny sliver of health for Happy Chaos. Doesn't matter, he gets the 2K. Making another Game 5. The third one of top 8 so far out of our 3 games.
3 out of 3 so far going to a Game 5.
Might be a long tournament if this keeps up.
Extremely... and both players so far really making adaptations and adjusting to every situation that gets thrown at them.
Absolutely, really, like not getting hit by pop busters in that last game. That might just have been the secret. Kalibun is, we've seen her love these pop busters this whole tournament. It's been her bread and butter. Finding someone who is, you know, getting better at just not getting hit by them, and playing a bit safer and a bit more, you know, respectful of that danger. So maybe doing a lot of lifting.
Kalibun getting the burst out from Yarnspunstory, but it not mattering because Yarnspunstory getting the wall stick into the wall break with super.
That heavenly just to maybe escape the OB there, but doesn't quite get the punish for it.
Oh, Yarnspunstory finally backdashing a pot buster here, really not wanting to take this damage when they don't need to. Has all the resources available, focus, curse, bullets, meter, gets the counter hit on the meaty and takes the round. Yarnspunstory is on set point.
Doesn't even need the meter for it. Happy Chaos does so much with just his unique resources, he barely even needs the universal ones. That side switch close slash, I guess it is a part of that routing. It's so cool to see him just turn around to knee you real quick. That 6P a little early on Potemkin's jumping attacks.
Big shots here coming out from Yarnspunstory, really getting this wall break here, has all the resources available to make this a very bad situation for Kalibun. Does tech the throw though.
With that whiff JP to throw, a really cool strategy. You know, has her own version of that. Ooh, the Gigantic startup making him immune to the bullet, and the wall making Yarnspun so afraid
to do anything. Combo.
Absolutely, the pop-ups are into the Gigantic hitbox, but ooh, backs away. This might just be it for Kalibun here. It looks like it is. Yarnspun gets that reverse 3-0, takes... Actually, it wasn't reverse 3-0, I think, but gets those last 2 games. Was on rough footing for a minute, but secures it, and secures the game.
Dean here going straight into the game, not wanting to give themselves a chance to think or prepare.
They're going for that gold burst, maybe a few burst baits already. Really trying to get a feel for what Violet's trying to do here. Gets that side switch and wall break immediately. Such a strong option from Pile Bunker there. Or such a strong option that Pile Bunker is, I suppose.
Jumps up into the air into the JH, really trying to get... What a big combo here from Rush.
Gets that tumble full screen into the disc, gets the... so hard to side switch that DP. You can really mess with the inputs of a lot of the other ones, but his is just a flash kick.
It's very hard.
Violet gets that first round with that cross up with the projectile covering them. A really hard situation there for Aether to beat.
Really big stuff here. Both players not wanting to give an inch. I see that partitioning of that charge from Leo, really trying to make sure that Aether doesn't get away with these overheads or side switches.
Yeah. Violet's so good using these DPs already. Aether hasn't been able to bait them yet. DP Roman cancel that they would not get punished and continue their pressure. Ooh, but manages to grab that cross up right there.
Big wall stick here from Aether, really going to the other side, trying to get as much damage as they can, but big combo here from Violet.
That wide assault to catch the backing up from Dante's step was such a smart strategy. I don't know if that was the intention with it or if it was just as an option, but so smart from Violet.
YRC coming out from both sides, and Violet just getting the final hit of this game, getting a game on the board.
Absolutely, those defensive options, those DPs have been doing so well that cross up has been Aether hasn't been able to punish them too often. Looks like they're switching sides here, potentially, or maybe Strive is having another moment, but...
As a Slayer player myself, I do understand that this matchup can be hard. Wait a minute, we're getting a character switch.
Oh, we are getting a character switch. Yeah, Aether is on Goldlewis. I know he mentioned potentially playing this character earlier. I didn't know it was going to happen so soon.
I do understand the switch. The matchup is very hard for Slayer against Leia, so I get it.
Yeah, I know almost nothing about Goldlewis. All I've heard is the Aurora Borealis backbreaker, but I don't know what it is, so I don't know if I'd be able to point it out if it happens.
I do know what the Aurora Borealis backbreaker is. I can point it out if it does happen.
Well, good to know. I mean, yeah, Goldlewis had so many good tools versus Leo, or just in general, really, those drones and the Skyfish, the Behemoth Typhoons, but he really just has to get started first, and Violet's been doing so good of keeping him on the back foot with that super catching him out of the air.
Catching that air dash attempt, really paying patiently, trying to use Leia's projectiles to their best. Gets these crazy overheads into lows, gets another side switch.
These conversions that Violet has, they're so consistent with these combos. They're able to get everything into a big chunk of damage. Haven't dropped anything yet. Not that I've seen.
Not only that, but really doing a great job at stopping Aether from being able to use their burst. Gets the Typhoon cancels into big damage, but doesn't amount to anything, and Violet takes the game.
That was another just very commanding game there.
Really interesting here from Violet, seeing how they just go crazy with this Leo making sure that just Aether cannot breathe.
Absolutely, because Leo is so just dominating in neutral and in pressure. They're very, and like even just Violet themselves are obviously very strong. Leo, I mean, potentially top 5 character. It's a little debated right now exactly who the top 5 are, but Leo's in the conversation up there.
Always
back
a
on
really
the Slayer though, just a comfort pick. Maybe had a better matchup on Goldlewis, but just didn't have the
comfort to be able to expose the different matchups and wants to go with what they know.
Exactly. What I think was doing better on the Slayer, really just these cross-ups are really getting Aether. They're being very patient on defense, but that's sometimes a problem versus Leo.
Violet doing a great job here. Left, right, up, down. Not really able to do much of anything about it, but does get themselves into an advantageous position, but blocks the pile bunker.
Leo trying to do a run-up grab, thinks he's a different king of Illyria. And Slayer manages to tech it right at the start of the round. I'm a little late on that, but the DP to catch a media attempt from Aether, but manages to punish that one into a full wall break.
Aether uses the P Danny to cross up and avoid this DP, or this flash kick here. Ooh, that's a bad whiff. But just Violet using this... Violet getting a big burst bait here. It might end up in a wall break.
Yeah, that was such a smart PRC to get that burst bait there. Aether, when he gets the hits, he's doing a big chunk of damage, but just hasn't been able to find them. It's barely able to keep Leo from getting them. To his own PRC burst bait, and that might be the round. Back to 1 life. Aether still on his tournament life right now, but he's already looking a lot stronger than the past couple games.
Looks a lot more comfortable. Is doing great at getting these safe jumps and baits in, really taking into account. Getting these
counter hits, getting these baits, getting these... doesn't quite punish the deflect shield, letting Leo get that start his turn a little bit here. Whether Violet can convert this into their full round win. They're on just a little bit of health, but Slayer still has to get one good hit for that to happen.
These flash kits are really putting in work for Aether, but for Violet, but it doesn't matter. Aether is able to get the game, put up something on the board.
And not getting 3-0'd. Doesn't want to, maybe wants to continue the trend that's been going and get another game 5 here. Looks like we might be running the rest of this off stream as that gets resolved.
Hard character that takes a lot of execution prowess, so it is very cool to see them with that badge.
Absolutely. Ooh, that backing up from SafestSephiroth to just dodge the 2K, punch with the 2H. Having to use a burst pretty early, which is not necessarily what you want against Happy Chaos, but getting that positive bonus is definitely not a bad trade for it. Yarnspunstory is so good at not getting hit by these strokes that Sephiroth maybe has gotten a bit used to being able to do safely versus his previous opponent, who was more watching out for the overhead options.
Big conversion here from SafestSephiroth going into the corner, has 50 meter to spin and decides to get it. Hard knockdown on Eno. I know from personal experience that is scary.
This is absolutely, gets that PRC. Could have maybe taken the damage from the throw, but doesn't need it. You really want to make sure you're getting those super wall breaks versus Happy Chaos. If you're in neutral, that's a really scary place to be for Eno in this matchup. You really want to loop these pressure sequences from yourself as much as you're able.
Yarnspunstory not really able to start getting this mix started, but doesn't matter. Sephiroth is out here doing damage. Decides not to spin the meter.
He walks forward, maybe was trying to hover dash or something, but that reversal catches that 5K.
Going for the overhead slash.
The H stroke a little bit slower, able to be stuffed out by there. I think the S stroke may have traded in that situation, but who gets that guard crush or the attempt from throws out a reversal, but PRCs it. The JS doesn't go the right direction, unfortunately, but. And this might be it. Happy Chaos just able to convert so much damage off of these hits and is able to get that round.
Really trying to get in with these stroke the big trees, but just getting stuffed out or blocked every single time.
Ooh, that 5P from Chaos, such a good tool, really stuffs out these hovers. That charge just attempt, but 2P'd out of it. It's just such a terrifying place. You're going to get wall slipped here so easily. It's just he gets to loop these, but gets the hard knockdown with a super.
Really bad situation here for Sephiroth, but they do have the burst available to stop Yarnspun from doing whatever they want, but Yarnspun just so good at stuffing out.
They have these routing, this combo conversion on deck, even just these hits, able to convert it into that wall break.
And even if it didn't kill, it would have been a very scary situation for Sephiroth. Hard knockdown after that much of a situation. It's hard to deal with.
Yeah, no, a very close set there, a close game there. I mean, he was able to get that first round on the Eno, but wasn't quite able to get those second two. The Happy Chaos was just doing a bit too good, stuffing out all his approaches. Might be switching character here. I know Sephiroth is one who likes to switch, oftentimes on loss, just wants to get those mental resets, and is doing it again on Slayer.
Going into the Slayer here, in fact. The reason why I picked up Slayer as an A.B.A main is for this matchup. So it's a matchup that does have its struggles, but Slayer does do a very good job in here with the neutral to be able to contest Happy Chaos.
Absolutely. I mean, as an Eno player, this is a matchup that's made me consider getting a secondary a couple times. So it's definitely not a fun one, even if it's not as impossible as it used to be. But this Happy Chaos, the Slayer's definitely doing a bit better at just converting off these hits into big damage, but the Happy Chaos is still doing what they were doing before, getting these massive combos.
It is really interesting to see how each player maneuvers their character, not really wanting to give the other a chance. Has to use the YRC here. PRCs to keep themselves safe. We're back into the corner. Tries to go for another grab, but it doesn't quite work out. Uses the burst automatically, but gets a big conversion.
Ooh, that 6P being just a little too low for that Master's Hammer.
Mappa Hunch at the start of the round, really trying to enforce this pressure. 6P into Pile Bunker. Uses the 6H to get the most amount of damage possible. What do? Another P. Mappa Hunch.
Ooh, going for this, maybe trying to punish the curse, gets that hit. Gets that counter hit 2H, able to close out the round, looking much stronger than the past game.
Feeling a lot more at ease in this matchup, more than the Eno Happy Chaos matchup, which, to be fair, Eno Happy Chaos does seem like a difficult matchup to navigate as the Eno.
It's definitely very tough. I could see that Sephiroth was making a lot of very good choices, but just you have to be right and your opponent has to be wrong so many times. Slayer is just much more straightforward, where you will just punch your opponent until they stop moving.
Not only are they just Not only are they just better at getting hits than Eno is in this matchup, but they need less hits in this matchup than Eno does.
Exactly, yeah. And you know, obviously Slayer doesn't have dash blocking similar to Eno, but he is able to just approach much easier.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem to be helping him too much here. Yarnspun has been getting these hits and getting these conversions into that wall break. And
tries to go for the mop punch again, but gets caught inside of the BRC. Dashes through them and gets a grab. Doesn't really want to approach right now, trying to be as safe as they can in neutral, getting some good stagger pressure going.
This meter burning a hole in Yarnspun's pocket. Looks like they're not going to be able to use it in time though.
Slayer not killing with a pile bunker on the wall?
Crazy. Have never seen it before.
Big Master's Hammer here coming from SafestSephiroth. Gets a big cross up here. Big counter hit does not work.
Who grabs that move attempt? I think that was a pile bunker. I could be wrong. I'm, you know, not the Slayer expert here, but
I don't know. I couldn't really tell what it was. Gets the side switch on the Master's Hammer, but is able to block the pile bunker. And Yarnspunstory really getting this offense started.
He just bursts away from that charged dust. Backdash is protecting the grab, but Chaos went for the 6 feet and bites through the deflect shield.
Dashes up and just bites. Really a good way to end it and claim the second game. Up 2-1 right now after going down to this Happy Chaos and Eno.
Yeah, no, this has gotta be what's the word I'm thinking of? I don't know, it's gotta be just a fun experience at this point, getting to win versus a Happy Chaos. Bit of just a relief from maybe some anger from the last one. Gets to work that out here and then go into the rest of the bracket a bit more focused. But he seems pretty focused in this set. I have to be honest. Getting these conversions, getting these combos, playing very smart.
Uses the burst to try to reset neutral here, but that does feed into the Happy Chaos' game plan. Gets the wake-up bite!
Is going to just punch through the bullet, perhaps. Yes, able to get through. It's not reversal super, but is able to just get that crosshair off of him before Happy Chaos can pull the trigger. Happy Chaos puts a little statue of himself up.
Uses Clone to get into the way, make it hard for Sephiroth to approach, but Clone has been nerfed, but it does not matter. Look at the focus meter here for Yarnspunstory, a really hard situation for them, and
that 6P catches the J2K. I saw that they chose to reload their bullets manually and then wall break with just a 6P rather than do the super wall break. Maybe they wanted to have the option of a BRC or a YRC, but didn't end up getting to use it. Again, that's been a theme. Maybe it could be a little more, trigger happy on this meter.
1 bite, 2 bite, 3 bite.
Oh,
backdash is the 4th bite.
Not able to get the 4th bite, but has him on 1 health. And full meter, that's really a good situation for you, even if it goes for it. Like the gold burst knocks him out of it.
Tries to use the super, but has to gold burst out, and it doesn't matter. Sephiroth taking this set in pretty convincing fashion.
Yeah, no, the Eno was looking alright, but the Slayer just completely crushed that Happy Chaos. Not that Yarnspun was doing a bad job, but just that Slayer was overwhelming in pressure and was really able to get that damage on board.
That grab into grab combo sure is lethal.
And then, just the Happy Chaoses and the Enos of the world spread out around there, but this is really where the meat and potatoes is.
Really big mix opportunity here from Waffle. Really slowing it down, not wanting to play neutral at the same level. Aether just waiting for his opportunity to whiff punish and gets it here. Close slash 6H, pile bunker into the super. Wait, that wasn't a pile bunker. I don't think they pile bunker.
Yeah.
But
what does it look like one? Yeah, this was that combo that they just made. Did it again.
There it is.
Oh, and got the 100 meter for the Peanut Butter Gamer install. Just wanted the fun cutscene, I guess. May is getting bounced around like her beach ball right now. Asking to see for motivation, I think. We got Virgil in the match.
Exactly.
He's able to get that trade to keep May at a bit more of a distance, which is really what you want to see as Slayer. Your approach options are, you know, just as good as
counter
May.
hit here from Waffle, has the conversions on deck, gets the wall stick and the super.
Oh my god, we're going just to have yeah, and gets that 5H, such a tough move to deal with in that stagger pressure.
What a round from Waffle there. Big conversion into huge damage. And speaking of huge damage, it's the pile bunker here on the cross up, stuck in the corner. It does have burst though, worse things come to worse.
It looks like they're going to choose to use it, but then get hit by that 5H at the end of the pile bunker. Getting hit into a combo, they are able to get that wall break. It was pretty high up, a little hard to tell, but these May aerials just cover every direction. Tries to burst, tries to bait the burst, but doesn't quite guess correctly there. Doesn't guess on the pile, not pile bunker, on the charge just as well, and gets the round for it.
Waffle sealing out this first game very close from both sides. You know, Aether doing a very good job at getting these hits in and trying to get this damage, but just not amounting to what they think. And Waffle's defense and conversions are really shining through here in this matchup.
Absolutely. No, the players have both been so good at just when they get these big counter hits of just getting the most off of them. It's just that Waffle's been getting those big counter hits a little bit more often. These pile bunkers have just been like stopping just a bit in front of May, and May's able to get those 5Hs.
No, we did really see that huge conversion from Waffles in that second round of the match, and it was insane to see. Almost killed from half health.
Absolutely, we're going into our game 2 here. Seeing whether Aether can turn this around.
It did seem like Aether wanted to give themselves a chance to breathe and calm down, to really just get focused back into the game after getting maybe knocked out from that first game.
Yeah, his first bracket as part of GGG. I know he wants to, you know, show up and show off a little bit.
I mean, to be fair, top 8 is already pretty impressive for all of our players here.
Oh, absolutely. But I know he wants to get even higher, and I think he definitely has these options to be able to do it. Like that pile bunker to punish that deflection was so smart. That PRC to wait until he gets a little bit more damage before the wall stick. Ooh, such a smart use of these movement options with these moves, just to duck around and bob around May.
Aether trying to burst bait at the end of that round, but Waffle making a smart decision and saving it for the next game.
Ooh, but then gets that burst bait off that counter hit. JH is so so tempting to burst bait right after a counter hit, but these aerial moves are almost always safe from bursts in these situations, and gets the round off it. This Slayer damage May just getting a little bit. Waffle's getting a little overwhelmed here.
Big,
as Aether takes a game.
Fast game there from both sides. Waffle taking one and then Aether taking one right back.
Yeah, it's Waffle's turn to make some adaptations here. We're gonna see if maybe he can keep a Slayer from kind of just moving around like he has been, using a bit more of the range that May has. May has that beach ball to just keep Slayer a little bit on his toes. Maybe a little bit more than Slayer does at that full screen distance. As well as these up dolphins are so hard to deal with for most characters, including Slayer. So
yeah,
could really has some options here to get around what Aether's been doing.
Slayer's defense as a whole is one of the weaker in the rosters, but that does not mean that it's non-existent. Big 6H here.
Saving the burst through this whole part. Maybe wants to save it for next round, if anything. Looks like definitely at this point, I think going to be saving the burst, but going to still be trying to do everything to take this round back. And the RC to continue the pressure, but the YRC pushes him back. Oh, barely dodges the Master's Hammer. He's able to guesses the cross up, gets that throw. And that 5P wake up, just able to beat out May.
Really not wanting May to be able to get any mix or hits here.
Barely backdashing just the very end of that pile bunker and using this cross up from the up dolphin, or the dolphin cancel, I believe. And there's the up dolphin again, getting that wall break. This huge damage. Doesn't have the meter here that Slayer does, but
tries to get the pile bunker here, but it does get blocked, and Waffle's going to take the round.
It's all tied up. Both have a round, both have bursts. It's just going to come down to who can, utilize their resources better. Aether's burst gone, and Waffle's getting this hit still. Not what you want to see when you already used your burst on an earlier combo. This might even leave him on just a little sliver of health.
But all Slayer needs is one hit, and gets backdashes the pile bunker. Oh, this is going to be huge damage.
Who doesn't go for the super? Maybe wants to rip the 100-meter super at some point. Really has a plan for it, but doesn't block that 3K, unfortunately, and Waffle gets a second game.
Going up 2-1 in this set. The adaptations that Aether are making they are putting in work, but overall not really able to secure this second game here.
Aether looks like Aether's not only fighting for himself, but also for Green's house. So we're gonna have to see if he can, take it home. We've seen it really just comes down to who's getting these counter hits, and if Slayer's getting them, then he wins. If May's getting them, she wins. We'll just have to see who gets them this time.
Very explosive. It really the set count here so far is really reflective for how the matchup goes in as a whole, just trading back and forth.
Absolutely, we're getting some OEG members cheering on Aether as well. Bit of a, he's on two teams, so almost called him a double teamer, but that's not nice. Who gets that 6H whiffs and gets a grab punish for it? Has May in the corner, the up dolphin flash kick may as well be. Ooh, the pile bunker anti-airs. May is gonna wall break as soon as she touches the wall, but maybe doesn't even want her to.
Uses P. Danny to cross up there and get a huge pile bunker, but we know one thing about huge hits here at the Get Good Gambit, because Waffle's showing us what can be done off of one.
Absolutely. Haven't been seeing any pile bunker loops from Aether. I'm not sure if he necessarily has those in his pocket at the moment. He may still be working on those, but I think he's doing just fine without them, it looks like.
He has told me that he does not like pile bunker loops and thinks that they are lame.
Oh, well, hey, you know what? I can shake on that. I can shake on that. I respect it. Ooh, that 5H.
I disagree, but neither here nor there.
Active enough to catch that pile bunker. May trying to burst fake there, drops the combo. But Slayer's not going to give her any points for that, just going to give her a massive chunk of health gone.
Look at damage. Even as I play Slayer myself, it still is interesting to see how much damage this character can do.
Absolutely. Bursts and puts Slayer in the corner, but Slayer gets that throw, just barely catching the startup of some move from May. Bringing it to a game 5. We're back in it. We're back in the building again.
Whenever Aether is winning a round or winning a game, it goes very fast. It's like they're just getting these quick 2-0s from how much their adjustments and damage is coming out.
Yeah, they're really swinging very hard both ways.
Green must be shivering in his timbers right now. The house is on this game 5.
The house is on the line here.
Mankind knew that they cannot.
We're just going to see what the round start is here. A counter hit and a burst from Slayer. Not a great start for him, but better than taking that counter hit combo.
Honestly, we've seen the conversion so far from Waffle, and the amount of damage that they're able to do off of one stray hit is probably worth it. Speaking of doing damage off a stray hit.
And gets that counter hit with that anti-airing close slash. It has such a high up hitbox that can really just stuff out all of these aerials. And I was about to say that Waffle was so patient with these bursts, he almost never used them in the first round. He waited until he was a round down to use them, but that time he didn't, and it really bit him. But it didn't work out for him. Ooh, that close slash turned around. I'm sure he's appreciative of those the game mechanic there.
Tries to use yellow Roman cancel, but it doesn't really work out. Goes underneath
under the beach ball.
With underneath the beach ball, this is going to be a scary situation here for Waffle. Doesn't get the mix that we wanted, but does get the backdash caught by the dolphin.
Yeah, it's
final game.
Final round, final game. We're going to see. They're both close to burst, but neither have it just yet. Waffle has it, so we're going to see. Is that going to come into play just yet?
big counter hit on the 2H here. Tries to go for a burst bait. Bio Bunker barely hits out of range. We're in a tough situation here if you're Waffle.
So much
But
damage there, but May will do just as much. It really almost doesn't even matter how much health they have. Gets that charge
It's the
dust.
charge dust! Do they know a conversion that'll kill
do
here?
They have it. They have it. They have those.
The
Waffle-
house is gone!
Waffle takes it home. Green's house is gone.
Damn. Great games from both sides. Really back and forth. Really great showing from Aether here at Get Good Gambit, getting 5th place, I believe.
Yeah, that's a 5th place for Aether. Not bad for, I believe, his first time in this bracket. Emmy has been, doing so good this whole bracket, has stayed in winners this whole time, beating Waffle, who just took out Aether, so it's no stranger to facing these powerful opponents in these bad matchups. Has a mini Faust slowly approaching, but turns away, maybe afraid of Happy Chaos himself. Doesn't even want to be in the battle anymore.
Really controlling the neutral here with these shots from Zayy, not wanting Faust to be able to approach. Not only that, but gets the horn. What a side switch!
Has, the mark of a good player is being able to convert off of Faust's own items into these certain situations, incorporating the little army into that combo.
Uses
But he
Scarecrow
gets
fast
the
PRC.
Scarecrow and does the safe of a fake aerial into another grab. Gets a real aerial this time, and the gets a close slash.
Wall break
And
damage
oops,
does
and
not
the
kill,
5B
but
just gave a little slap on the shoulder and said, "Hey, buddy, go sit down. This round's done."
it's like that scene from Spider-Verse, or Into the Spider-Verse, I
Hey,
believe.
yeah.
Hey.
Hey.
Speaking of hey, we have Zayy out here going absolutely mental on this Happy Chaos. See what I did there? Going into another wall stick
I don't even know-
situation. Gets
I don't even know
wall
what Zay hit there. I don't know how Temmie ended up on the wall, but Zay will certainly take that. PRCs and stays under that little fiery injection.
break. Uses PRC to keep himself safe. Scarecrow PRC doing taxes right now.
Yeah, I've been seeing Temmie do a lot of Scarecrow without PRC, which is very dangerous, but I feel like so many people are just expecting Scarecrow PRC every time. Gets that thrust counter hit into a full charged, whatever that move's called.
Does wake up with the
Drops
wake
that
up.
combo potentially, doesn't quite get it, but gets a side switch to have Faust in the corner where he does not want to be here.
backing up, using this really great backdash that Chaos has to control the
Gets
neutral
that
end.
5K to close out game 1. Temmie already showing they are not afraid of these matchups. We're back in the real game now, the real world. We'll have to see if Temmie can get around this Millia mix and this is neutral. It's been so hard to keep her down in any one area.
Might just be that Zayy is able to get Timmy's number from the matches that they were able to play on Slayer.
Got that 6H gets that snip in the corner. Puts an afro that might be dangerous. Millia's hair is already her weapon, giving her more is maybe not the best idea. The mod to have on Millia make her face disappear when she has an afro, and that's fun fact.
Misses the grab here because of Scarecrow, but does get a grab and gets put into the corner. Slight pitch.
Crawling under the disc, but still gets hit by that aerial there. Into a whatever that move's called, the reversal super. It's been a while since I played it. I remember some of it.
Yeah.
I know Artemis, I know Hera, I know. She shouldn't have hair anymore. But round 2, Temmie down around, looking not great. Has that 50 burst, I mean, so Temmie. I know Wild Assault is definitely strong versus Millia, but not as strong enough as Zayy has, but getting that counter hit's going to get these opportunities.
A conversion from Timmy here.
Those combos are so cool. And
That was
they
insane.
tried hitting that against a Waffle before and it got burst out of. I remember saying I wanted to see the full combo, and now we've gotten to. Using the burst even though you're at 1 health, but it doesn't quite work out. Is audio breaking? I hope not.
Tying it up here, 1-1 apiece.
Looks like 1-1 back. Temmie has the burst advantage. Has that full burst, whereas Millia has very little.
Playing really patient back and forth neutral. Have to be careful with that mini Faust out on the screen. Gets the throw. We're going to set up tandem top pressure, but doesn't matter. Has the meter to get out of it.
With the 6H, drops that combo, and Millia gets to run in and take her turn. That YRC letting it go back to Faust a little bit. Throws an Afro, landing way behind them. Maybe could knock back towards it, but looks like they're just going to let it be. And that might be it. That's it. That 5K catching. That's 2-1, I believe, for Zayy.
I mean, really good stuff from both sides here. Zayy really getting a chance to show what this Millia can do.
Absolutely, the Millia, I mean, it's been doing good all bracket. Every time they've been losing on the Happy Chaos, they go to the Millia and do a lot of great things. They were they took down SafestSephiroth with it before. They might be a Slayer main at heart, but their Millia is definitely doing a lot of work here.
Really big stuff here from Zayy, really showing what this Millia can do. Big hair car, gotta watch out for the bomb behind it and stop.
Doesn't quite get out in time, but the snip to capitalize even more. Because that fire lights on fire with the burst, clears it away. Scarecrow PRC, not quite the one you're used to.
Does bait the YRC.
It blocks it, but doesn't quite get the punish. It gets that trumpet, making Faust have to stay in the air away from his little army. Faust has a wake-up burst to just not have to deal with any of Millia's pressure. Knocks the bomb away, but just not far enough to that it didn't affect Faust. There's a close slash to beat the aerial.
Mixing here is the best they can.
6H beats whatever Faust was trying to press there.
I think that was snip. They used the 6H to count themselves airborne to not get grabbed. Very heads-up play there.
Absolutely. Good conversion, getting this combo into the corner, keeping this pressure, but gets wake up thrown. Side switch with the BRC didn't give them enough time to block anything, but they couldn't quite get up in time to break the wall. Gets another corner carry. A meaty 6H gets blocked. Millia's taking their turn back.
Gets the big hair car here, but doesn't get a tandem top pressure off of it. Big mixer with the IAD instant air bad moon.
TK Bad Moon is such an important tool for Millia.
Very patient neutral here. Neither one wanting to crack using Haircar PRC. Back into our state here. Uses Scarecrow PRC. Could go either way.
Hemi's been so smart with these Scarecrows, just going for the overhead one almost every time, letting their opponents kind of sit there and panic for a moment before actually hitting them, and then PRCing if they do block it. But this Millia mix is so hard to tell where she is at any point.
Extremely scary stuff here. Going back and forth. What gets the reversal super?
Catches the end of that close line. It was a little early, maybe trying to avoid getting reversal there, but didn't quite time it right. Gets a mini Faust to hold down the neutral. And that JH got it. One more mix. Ooh, mini Faust saving Faust there. Has his burst, but able to not quite die from that one hit. Millia's damage is pretty low per hit, but not low enough. That Faust survives that with a 3-1 for Zayy.
Wow, Zayy really putting on a show here with this Millia, but Timmy's still playing very well, all things considered.
Very dramatically levitating her guitar down.
Very dramatical guitar.
And dramatically soliciting sex from May, potentially, but she is going to have to settle for combat.
Trying her best to control this neutral. Both players trying to fill each other out, not really wanting to give way for either one. Both getting close counter hits here, but not really leading to much.
Absolutely. He wants to SafestSephiroth getting that corner pressure, but May wanting to burst out of it. Ooh, the 6H to anti-air, but the reversal, who wins? May wins that interaction. The
input second, so had to have won.
For Tissimo is not a reversal super if you use it in the air. I was wondering whether it would be active enough to just hit May too, and they trade, but not quite. Ooh, these 6Ps from Sephiroth are doing a lot of work at getting through. Playing very careful around these 5Hs that May's throwing out, because he really just can throw it out versus Eno. She has very few choices other than just running into it.
Neither player really wanting to give an inch.
That deflect shield, maybe the slowdown messed up the punish timing for Sephiroth. Stroking under the Dolphin gets the round off it.
Very heads-up decision there from Sephiroth, being able to go underneath the Dolphin. Gets a big... that went into a conversion.
Yeah, they're going for this MLA instead of going for just like the hard knockdown off these 6Hs, and it's definitely not doing bad. Could be converting more, but you know they're getting this damage. They've gotten around even.
So yeah, I think they're definitely doing well.
Ooh, maybe I think they actually tried to PRC there to punish the beach ball, but maybe did a little early and got hit by it. Ooh, they're blocking it, but you can just block it, but they blocked the JK and hit with their own reversal super. Ooh, that was such an unfortunate timing there.
Waffle essentially playing whack-a-mole here.
That really is. He does the hover throw. Such a strong option for Eno. You really get used to the 50-50s on her hover and then just...
Sephiroth forcing out the burst from Waffle. Waffle going for a burst bait, it looks like, but...
Golden catches a startup of up Dolphin, giving them a good conversion. Lots of corner carry. The Dolphin startup catches them, gets the Fortissimo, and breaks the wall, gets that super. This is a good position, but not good enough. Maybe 5Ps through it. Doesn't get hit by that. Get hit by the up Dolphin. That might just be it. Looks like it. There's a sliver of health on that May, but the Eno could not quite get it.
Both rounds.
We might be seeing another character swap from Sephiroth here.
Both rounds going very narrowly to Waffle there near the end, just taking that after losing that first round, just going back and winning 2-0. You know, Sephiroth doing a really great job at making sure that Waffle doesn't get away with these conversions for free.
Absolutely. Looks like he's staying on the Eno. It's definitely not, a bad idea. It's not undoable on Eno, and Slayer probably has his own troubles in the matchup, but we're going to see. So this is Sephiroth's, this set can determine whether Sephiroth's going to be able to get the run back versus Zayy, or even the run back, or not the run back versus Temmie, but the chance to fight Temmie.
Yeah.
That might be the first matchup Temmie has that they win, because Eno and Faust is definitely a controversial one. But first they have to get through Waffle here, and it's looking, we'll have to see if they're able to do it.
Sephiroth uses the burst here, doesn't really want to take the conversions and damage that Waffle is able to dish out with this character. Big 6H here.
Could have gotten an H-dive on that PRC earlier, but chose to just dash up. Maybe was hoping for some Oki, but gets under that 5H there, or not 5H, that far slash, I believe. Jumps over the 5H to get the grab punish. Doesn't quite press something early enough, and the matching 5P gets out. Charge H-dive, stuffs out whatever May pressed. Another empty hover throw. Sephiroth's been loving doing those, forcing Waffle to burst.
Tries to get underneath the beach wall here, but not really
Flex
working
shield
out.
Pushing May away, making her use a YRC that would not have hit, and the empty hover throw did not work this time. They got thrown themselves, but got the round regardless.
Switch into stroke, closing out the round here, tying it up at 1 apiece.
Yes. And get that 6P on the up Dolphin. They let it rock and didn't hit it. Getting that full wall break. Not the maximum damage, but definitely good enough. Catching the startup of Dolphin with stroke. Getting another full... I think probably going to use meter this time. Absolutely going to take that super wall break. There's a sliver of health for May while Eno is full. I think maybe he was trying to go for a Megalo there, but got grabbed out of it. If I know anything about Sephiroth. That YRC pushed him far enough and got the chemical love to finish the game. 1-1.
Big way to take a game here for Sephiroth and tie up the set 1-1.
Absolutely. showing that even if May, has a lot of tools to beat Eno, it's definitely not undoable if you are smart and patient. And that's been all of Sephiroth, what he's doing this whole game.
I mean, really is a back and forth set here. Sephiroth being very experienced on many characters, but feeling very confident here with this Eno in this matchup.
And I am appreciating it. I love seeing Eno gameplay, so just waits to try and bait something, but ends up going for that 2S. The trading hits back and forth, no one's able to get a real hold on anything. Gets that knockdown with the throw, goes for that OTG. The 6H on that 5P. Just approaching, going another H-stroke and empty hovered for the Megalo. Waffle has not been adapting to these empty hovered throws yet, so just why not go for the Megalo?
A lot of damage on that move there.
Went for it this time. Ooh, got that counter hit JS into another one to close out the round. Oh, Sephiroth's in chat, so I finally caught her blocking. I feel like I've been catching a lot of her blocking on these empty hovers, but gotta be careful because these strokes are risky versus these 5Hs.
There's gonna be some very huge damage here from Waffle. Doesn't necessarily get a chance to use the super because had the Dolphin
hovering
to begin
over
with.
The 3K is such a clever use of that. Needing that guard crush, going for that throw. Sephiroth's been really liking doing those throws, getting that anti-air 6P, taking the burst. Oh, going for a Yamada.
Mr. Yamada.
Ooh, a crazy attempt from I respect it. It would have been so cool if it worked. But not quite working, but still good. Maybe not wanting May to build up any more burst. Probably not intentional strategy there, but we can give the benefit of the doubt. Maybe getting a little too into these throws, unfortunately. That looked like it was maybe an attempt of that May stuffed out.
Very scary situation here. It's back thrown into the corner.
The defense shield into chemical love is such a good option for Eno. Push them away and then put something that just is a long range option. Let's go. Taking another game for Sephiroth. Up 2-1.
Very good stuff here from Sephiroth. Really getting a hold of what they need to do in this set. I think they're starting to feel very comfortable versus Waffle's May.
Absolutely not satisfied going home with another, less than first place. They're just turning up all of their awareness with these Dolphins and these 6Ps. Just wanting to get this May out of here. But if the May can just catch a few more of these moves, he isn't able to get these punishes quite as much, but if she can start doing that, it'll be a much more difficult game. The 6H beating the 5H, I did not know about that interaction. It's very good for Sephiroth. That could have been real bad if it had gotten them counter hit.
Sephiroth does take the damage here, going to elect for the wall break.
The MLA wall round start just for the guard crush, leading to a reversal super from May, getting a big chunk of damage with just a few hits again. The anti-air 5P, trying to jump over these options, but that up dolphin covering it, trying to go for the empty hover throw again, I think. But
instead of going for the empty hover throw, gets thrown himself. Waffle does take a round
on the look
here.
after these now. Ooh, starting out with another, and charging the dive to avoid the 5P, but that up dolphin beats out that move. Ooh, that 5P gets pretty much. This is too action-packed. I've already forgotten all the past moves. Ooh, good. Ooh, but bursts out of that combo. Taking the time to approach until the basketball forces him to block. Gets the YRC not blocked into a throw. Into the OTG. Ooh, the whiff JH into a 6-8, potentially trying to get a grab tech from Meg. Gets a walk-up grab after the stroke. Really likes grabbing. Saving that meter. Could have RC. There we go. Low profiling all the moves from May. It's one round apiece. We're on last life for Waffle.
Big counter hit here. Oh, we're gonna be in for some big damage from Waffle. Has the meter to spin, but doesn't elect to spin it.
Maybe he wants to spend that PRC, but that 2P, not his best move, but useful in these situations. Up Dolphin catches it, not able to get the conversion. 6H, it's been doing a lot of work for Sephiroth, surprisingly, but doesn't. I think maybe went for a Megalo, didn't input it in time, and got thrown. It's a game 5. We've been seeing so many of these.
So many game 5s.
Our 5th game 5 of top 8. We've only had one full set that was not Game 5.
And I think that set went 3-1. Players are really trying their absolute hardest out here, and it's really showing, both Sephiroth and Waffle.
Absolutely. We might see... Did we see a character swap? We have not seen a character swap. Sephiroth is riding it out with Eno. We've not seen any real reason that he couldn't. So we're going to see... Should maybe be a little more careful with these empty hovers. It's been getting him hurt more than it's been helped in these last game or two, but...
Really going the distance here with the characters, but Sephiroth does use the burst here after Waffle does get that stray hit. Really scary situation. Empty hover jump. Or throw. What?
Sure. Yeah, empty hover jump. I mean, it's an option. Gets that whiff JH into a 6H, though, potentially tries to catch some mashing into a wall break, but now May's turn to get some damage.
But doesn't, drops the combo, only gets the OTG.
Ooh, gets the reversal super, though. That's a lot of damage, a hard knockdown. Doesn't quite... Gets a... Ooh, 1 damage. Ooh, but just... With just a sliver of health and the K dive gets it.
This
is last life of the tournament for Waffle, potentially. Looking in a burst deficit, but the damage might just make up for it. Tried to deflect shield, but that dolphin just punishes it. The JH catching the backdash. Ooh, the stroke to side switch.
Here.
Doesn't quite convert it into a full combo, unfortunately. Gets a reversal, but May blocks it, but doesn't block or punish it. Gets hit by the second hit, which is a huge guard crush. Oh, this might just be it for the round.
That is if Waffle's able to confirm it, but drops.
Was not able to get it, drops. Gets thrown into the corner, but with the damage, is this gonna... No, not quite. Ooh, the 2P, the range is so small. Maybe a 2S would have taken the set there.
Final game.
Gets a counter hit. MLA, but doesn't convert off of it, unfortunately. These P buttons for both of them are doing so much work.
Sephiroth out here
so they are just punching each other.
Absolutely throwing hands in the Get Good Gambit.
Such a good punish for that 6P.
Goes for the safe jump.
He's really wanted to get these throws and not get these combos that could kill on their own.
He just walk up menacingly and throw. Gets
and
the
that's
counter.
Again, Sephiroth. You know what? It worked. I can't criticize.
It went underneath the button from oh my god. Sephiroth going underneath Waffle's button. There we go. I swear I tried.
Yeah, the low profile on stroke is really good at getting under so many of these buttons from May. She has just as many to punish it, but these competitors were knocked into losers bracket by Zayy, so it's going to be a run back no matter who wins. It's just they're scrapping for who gets to go and try again to take down Zayy. They're going to have to do it twice. But
it's almost poetic in a way.
Yeah, Zayy is really hardened their biggest enemies with each other. They're training arcs. A good anime here. The storylines we make here at GG gets cancels a 6H one hit early with that MLA. I think probably an accident. Hits the air dash and a good timing mix up there, and not quite enough to kill, but just a sliver of damage.
Does get the wall break here. That's going to be positive bonus on Eno, which...
Ooh, and it's low profiles the thrust after the 6H. So good awareness from Sephiroth.
What a heads-up play. That was kind of sick. Hold on.
Gotta give it up for plays like that. Ooh, doesn't take the continuation of that combo, going for this mix-up here. Gets that JP to wall break. Gets that damage, that positive bonus.
What a big conversion here to actually wall stick, and forces Timmy to use the burst. Got a big counter hit, doesn't convert off of any of it. Has a 100-meter and burst.
Maybe didn't need to PRC that. Would have had so much time for the guard crush, but chooses to, ooh, that note doesn't stop the command grab, unfortunately. And kind of has to hold the burning afro for a moment here. It's a little tough situation for Eno. With the chemical stops the J2K, Faust on just a sliver of health here. And the 6P goes through Faust 5Ps and takes game 1 for Sephiroth.
Sephiroth really locked in here, has all the momentum on their side after winning these past couple of games.
Absolutely, Eno has been doing so much work, which I love to see. even without some of the, you know, potentially more damage optimal combos that Sephiroth could be doing, he's getting so much off these resets and throws.
Duel 1.
Let's see if you can continue to get those, but Faust is so tricky that it's going to be very hard. But that bomb is something you have to look out for. It has to block it, puts him in guard crush long enough for Faust to get some stuff started. That Megaton weight goes under the thrust again.
It's like they're doing it on prediction and it's working every single time.
Yeah, Temi has been very consistent with doing 6H into thrust, so maybe Sephiroth's been already noticing that. Ooh, gets a wake up. Not punishing the Fortissimo, maybe doesn't know about the big pause in between them. You know, not the most common character, so maybe they don't know, but that's really when you got to punish that move, because the second hit has so much guard crushing, you're not going to be able to punish it.
Sephiroth really sitting at full screen, trying to use these special moves to poke out Temi from afar.
Gets that counter hit 2S into a combo, almost drops it, manages to still get that 6H, but drops it again. The Megalo attempt, Faust falls back into it instead of choosing to go over her.
Really trying to go for these empty dash throws in this situation, and some of them are working, some of them are not. Really at a low health percentage here, but is able to stop the Faust from throwing items, but gets hit anyways.
Finally got hit by one 6H and couldn't stroke under the thrust, took a big chunk of damage, got a hit, but was punished with that falling hammer. It's 1-1.
Very close set here. I wonder if Sephiroth is going to stay on the Eno or if they're going to switch off. Really good idea here. Honestly, I think switching characters in between losses isn't necessarily a bad idea, because it at least gives you time to think about what the other character is doing, and seeing that Sephiroth has such a roster of characters as a whole, it really allows them to it really forces them to think about which character will really compete against what Temi is doing as a whole.
Absolutely, they're staying on the Eno though. I think that, you know, that set versus Waffle has maybe instilled enough trust that they feel they don't need the Slayer.
You think maybe it could have been a song switch to try and hype themselves up?
That's definitely possible. I have the music pretty low on mine, so I don't necessarily know what's playing right now, but it was not to Requiem, I can say that.
Uses the mini Faust to get a conversion.
Gets a whiff grab from Faust into the Megalo punish. Incredible gameplay. That's not quite. Oh, it is gonna kill.
Oh, it does kill.
Perfect. That super is, you know, obviously pretty damaging for Eno move, but still not hugely damaging.
Not
but
exactly.
Faust was low enough with the wall break.
Gets another grab into some insanely scary mix here. It's a button press in the air. Gets a positive bonus after a wall break. But
it's that 6P. Is a decent start for Faust getting these moves. Has that banana in the way. Gonna be hard to approach. Has to move to the air. The PRC punishing these notes really well by doing these Scarecrow PRC is really hard for Eno to deal with that.
Watch out for the explosion on the hair here. Has to use the burst. Does not want to get counter hit, but the old tried and true 6P versus Eno.
Trying to snipe out these item tosses with Chemical Love, but which is a little bit too late on that mini Faust. Around each here, it's fully even. We're gonna see the hammer falling into that hammer fall. The different characters move, but Faust is making it look like his own. And doing it again. Maybe Temi has this habit of doing a 6H to thrust no matter what, and Sephiroth is really making use of it. going for these hover throws that don't seem to be working out. Gets that backdash.
Big backdash in reaction to the Scarecrows, because they know for a fact that they're going to do Scarecrow PRC. Gets two big counter hits.
Making so much use of these 6Hs as just an anti-air tool. It's really, really smart. It has a massive aerial hitbox. It's just pretty slow, and you have to wait through both hits, but
takes the lead here up 2-1. I see some discourse happening in chat. Sephiroth really making Eno look broken. They're taunting from the oh my god. They're shouting from the rooftops to nerf Eno.
Oh wait, which chat's that happening in?
In the Get Good Gambit Twitch. Come on.
I was looking over there, I didn't see any of that, but yeah. I'm seeing some appreciation of the patience from Sephiroth showing when he has the Afro on him, which we'll see right now probably. Maybe a little less patient than before, but that's not bad when you've been showing you're doing one thing.
It's like, but they did use Gold Burst, which is only -3 on block, so it's really hard to punish, especially since it gives so much pushback. But that does not matter to be able to take the round.
Yeah, they just weren't able to get out of that corner in time. Going for the MLA guard crush to try and set up something, but doesn't quite get the 50-50 on Temmie. Oh, these combos are quite not just optimal, but jumps into the... I keep trying to do a play-by-play. Just so many smart decisions from Sephiroth here. Getting around all of Temmie's options.
Really mixing Temmie up here.
Yeah, Temmie's, I think, attempting to block low on most of these, or maybe even trying to predict the throw, but so getting hit by these JHs. Ooh, that 2S, I believe, or maybe 2H, catching down that long range.
Temmie making a smart decision here on the most recent PRC. Big
air
PRC
throw.
Grab.
That was like max range air throw, it looked like, but it's 1 round each. Bad space for Temmie. Used their burst already. Wanted to make sure they save as much health as possible.
Sephiroth is on set point here.
The wake up throw, the throws from Sephiroth. The 6H also so smart to try and catch these fuzzy jumps from Temmie. These throws. We need to unbind Sephiroth's dust button, I think, to get these grabs out of here. But you know what? They're working.
It would have super that might have killed him. Might not have had enough time.
Oh, that 2D, I think, went for a 2K2D, I think not even realizing what had happened yet, and it worked out that he teleported into it.
Sephiroth is back in Grands for their second ever Get Good Gambit. 2-time Grands, 2 times in... I'm gonna stop talking, you got it.
Yeah, the second place at minimum, but I know he's gonna be fighting to get that first. Doesn't want to start a second place curse like I know some people have had.
The bracket came down to 2 players here in the Get Good Gambit. Sephiroth climbing from losers after making a crazy run, and what's their name again?
Zayy.
Zayy doing a great job at defending their place in winners.
Yeah. There's a match that happened earlier. That burst full screen is always a risky move versus Happy Chaos, but so is just being full screen in the first place, so I can't really blame them.
Just absolutely controlling this neutral here.
Ooh, that 2H attempt gets shot out. These gunshots are just missing, but not enough to waste all their bullets, and they get the last one they need. He was feeling lucky punk. He had 1 bullet left in the chamber and was able to get that round.
Run up grab, but...
Run up grab, that you can take the character off. You take Sephiroth off of you cannot make him stop doing dash grab.
Oh, going for another grab here.
And ooh, a decent chunk of damage made that RC kind of, messing up the scaling a little bit, but... Ooh, that close slash counter hit, easily finishing it up.
Big backdash there, and then into the close slash to get a big counter hit for a lot of damage to close out the round.
Yeah, Master's Hammer, I believe, or maybe it's a different one, whatever. The something getting a good hit. Letting Slayer get this run back here. The burst quickly. Happy Chaos wants to play this long range game versus Slayer, where he's much more comfortable with these gunshots. But get that burst this time, able to actually stop these hail of gunshots for just a moment. But that close slash anti-airing as Master's Hammer falls.
Zayy forced to use this PRC to be able to keep himself safe.
Ooh, the pile blocker just blowing up the remainder of Zayy's health with that counter hit from Bloodsucking Universe. Game 1 going to Sephiroth.
Not only was it counter hit, it was also Universe doing even more damage than normal.
Absolutely. This is, the start of a long trek that Sephiroth needs to make. He needs to win 6 total games here, but...
Only has to win 5 more and 2 more in this set. It's definitely possible.
Absolutely. He wants the grand finals reset at the very least.
I think it's definitely possible. And we see Zayy going straight for the Millia.
Oh yeah, the Millia switch. Maybe it feels more comfortable with this. Not, the Slayer was able to get up through that long range game, and maybe Zayy wasn't feeling confident enough in the close range game with Happy Chaos. But with Millia, the close range game becomes a vertical game that she can really win. We're gonna see this Oki, but Sephiroth's been so good at blocking this Oki this whole tournament. So we're gonna see if he can make it work just long enough to get these 2 or 3 good hits he needs to kill Millia.
Sephiroth going for another blood-sucking universe and it just not working out. Uses the YRC into a blood-sucking universe.
He's been doing that. He loves these grabs.
Nick's not really amounting to much of anything from...
Ooh, gets that counter. That's going to be the round.
That
That's
is death.
1 down.
First round going to Sephiroth here in this squabble of the Assassin's Guild.
Oh, yeah. Maybe he disagrees with Zato's choice of who got put in charge, wants to take his crown back, but... And is that just the perfect... Zayy just could not find a way to block anything he was doing that round.
And very quick game here, and it makes sense because Sephiroth is just able to get what they want out of these hits and conversions. It's really telling of how fast this set is going. It's really telling of how fast Millia dies against Slayer. There we go. I swear I can English, guys.
Absolutely, yeah. He's up 2-0 right now. Zayy has taken a minute here, maybe thinking of what they can do to change the strategy here. Maybe use a character swap. Nope, sticking on Millia, but just taking a minute to grab some water, take a breath. That last round is getting perfected because you keep getting, meatied every time. Definitely frustrating, so they just needed a minute to refocus.
I could definitely see needing a second to focus and get back on your game plan after something like that happening. But
looks like that minute has definitely helped get the gold burst, but that's still, bursts that the Slayer now cannot use to get out of his combos. Getting his counter hits, which are huge. Getting his Mappa Hunch, I think Millia's over that. The Artemis cross-up. Millia has so many moves that just cross up automatically, and they're so scary, but that hair car catching on potentially a jump attempt or something. With the trade, but Slayer comes out advantageous in it. Gets that 6P, gets his Oki here.
Oh my god, the constant meaty moves absolutely clipping Zayy.
Yeah, so Zayy potentially attempting to throw, I think, maybe expecting a pile bunker or even just a run-up throw. But gets hit by the Master's Hammer. But this round, he also trying to get the stuff out of here. Didn't get 5P there with that Artemis.
They being forced to switch up. They being switched up to forced to switch up these mix-up opportunities and stop Sephiroth from getting these free hits.
He gets a perfect of his own here. Millia's damage obviously is not as huge as Slayer's, but if you can get these, these 1,000 cuts, it's still going to lead to death.
It also helps that these 1,000 cuts lead into each other, with each combo having its own reset.
Absolutely, these lead to hard knockdown, disc Oki, 15,000 away cross-up mix. Like Millia, it's a good thing her damage is so low. Otherwise, she would not be a fun character to fight. Ooh, but that 6P just equalizing all the damage that Millia does with that combo. And the pile bunker cross-up. That's a 3-0 for Sephiroth to reset in Grand Finals.
We're getting our first ever reset in the Get Good Gambit with an assault inside of the Assassin's Guild itself.
Absolutely, Sephiroth popping off in Twitch chat a little bit. We'll have to make sure that confidence does not, get too much for him.
You still have to win one more set, Sephiroth. All you did was reset, but I like the confidence. Keep it going.
Absolutely.
This would be the second time that a Slayer has won the Get Good Gambit, even though on the bracket sheet it does say Eno, but going back to the happy chaos that started it all.
Absolutely. I reported the games wrong in StarGG. One moment. I'll figure that in a second. Slayer and Happy Chaos back on screen. Happy Chaos maybe felt that the Millia was not the switch they needed.
Sephiroth does use the gold burst here, but in a situation where they needed it most, they don't have it. Getting put through the wall with not only Curse on them, but Deus Ex to refill the bullets. Our knockdown here off of the wall break. Very scary situation to be in, but gets the grab.
Getting these throws that Sephiroth is so known for. really able to. Yeah, really able to just get these hard knockdowns, but right now Sephiroth's just not able to get anything. He's being kept away, and that 6P beating the pile bunker.
Really just staying patient inside of this neutral and kind of just letting Zayy have their way with them in neutral. Oh, finally using Mappa Hunches to try and get in, avoiding these curses like the plague.
Absolutely, still has his burst, but is just being kept away. He has to use it just to end the pressure with the curse and everything. He's trying to just get close up, but Happy Chaos waiting for close up. You're still not completely safe. Ooh, this power gonna catch the landing line potentially. Yes, catches it, not able to block. Gets that counter hit to a big chunk of damage.
Able to get inside of Zayy's face, doing constant cross-ups and takes the round.
Zayy is doing good when he can be on the offensive and get that pressure, but Sephiroth's so good at just keeping his pressure going, and Zayy maybe hasn't been as patient on defense as he maybe should be. So he getting counter hit a lot on wake up.
Jumps the
jump
massive.
attempt was not bad, but got anti-aired by close slash with such a just huge hitbox. Big chunk of damage gone.
Going for the
backdash.
That is a big backdash on the Hand of Doom to make it to where the grab doesn't come out. But we get a side switch here. This may be a wall break. It's the why I oughta.
Full resources here are going to potentially be able to do something. They get just a simple 5P.
And Sephiroth takes the first game of this Grand Finals reset. Things are looking good if your stocks are putting Sephiroth. Green, maybe you might want to shift that bet really quick.
Then yeah, it might be your time to get your house back. Then you have a chance.
But Zayy, I think, is going to decide to stick on this Happy Chaos. Very back and forth first game, but Sephiroth edging it out.
Absolutely, Zayy has been doing so good in this bracket up to this point. I think maybe it might just be Grand Final stress. It might be Sephiroth having leveled up since the last time they fought, but there's some adaptations he needs to make.
As you were saying, it may just be comfortability in this situation. Sephiroth has been in this position before in this very bracket.
Absolutely, this is, I think, not the first Happy Chaos that Sephiroth has been fighting. I believe he fought the other one at least at one point. So this matchup is not completely unknown to him on Slayer. Even if you know it, though, it's still tough to, but catches on and gets the
off of the wall to get a hit, but that pushes you too far away. I know from personal experience. Gets the 2 HP dandy cross-up pile bunker. Tries to get in with P dandy step to maybe try to get a pile bunker in or something, but doesn't really work out.
Chaos catching him with just that big stanky leg, keeping him in the corner here. Ooh, tries to go for a charge just the overhead, but gets 2P'd out. The world's slowest pile bunker gets stuffed out by gunshot.
Oh, runs up, gunshot, throw.
Use a wild assault, doesn't quite get the wall break out, and maybe wasn't even going for it here, because this is enough to kill here.
Using as many resources as they can to just make sure they pile on that damage to take the round and tie it up.
Goes for the it's late, I believe, right there. And then the Master's Hammer really is mixing up all of these, and the pile bunker, every dandy step option hasn't been going for the low very often, but, you know, most Slayers don't. But it's looking a good spot for Sephiroth here. Who gets that hit, again, just has the burst, but Zayy just 1 health. This might be enough, it might not hold up. Yep, that does it. With a perfect for game 2. Is this going to be it might be a 6-0 for Sephiroth. That was definitely a commanding performance after last time getting 2nd place, just coming in and dominating.
It's 1 more for Sephiroth here, really showing out on this Slayer. I just think that maybe they're not comfortable on using their Happy Chaos right now. It's not really working out for them, and they're switching to the Millia. Want to give another change of pace.
Absolutely. I mean, the Millia seem to overall be doing better. The Half Chaos, of course, could keep the distance pretty well, but the Slayer could just super map a hunch through all of it, which maybe made Zayy a bit uncomfortable. So.
Big 2H confirm here. Close slash into the hair car, trying to get a mixed situation, but Sephiroth just not wanting to deal with it and using that gold burst. Oh no, We're mashing buttons here.
Well, the YRC to put Millia in the corner gets the command grab, tries to go for another, goes a little too early, I think. Gets counter hit for his troubles. The hair car gets their own and now has Slayer in the other corner. Jumps over the hair car, starts the pressure, gets counter hit by that close slash, and Millia is taking the round with that.
Really?
Could be the start of a comeback.
They finally getting their footing back here after a while.
Absolutely manages to block all of those moves from Sephiroth, get their turn back, gets the cross up into double cross up into Artemis, blocks the burst, punishes it. Millia, a lot more commanding. The grab, whiffed, disc Oki. They're looking much stronger than the past couple games. BRC backdash to whiff the grab and take the game.
Sephiroth going for Bloodsucking Universes when I don't really know if it's applicable in this situation, but they still have that 2-game cushion, so it could just be a going for funnies kind of moment.
Absolutely, and the Millia is working pretty well, but with Millia, she has so many options she can do with Oki that there's almost no option you can do that won't counter something she could do, so you may as well. So, it's not like grab could never work.
Sephiroth taking a break here, but still staying on the Slayer, really comfortable in this character for this grand finals. They only need one more game.
Absolutely, yeah, the Slayer, I mean, it's been doing work, you gotta stick to him. Can't betray your dandy homeland at the last moment. Just getting these counters, getting these combos, gets a burst out, but now has to get in and get these hits again. The JK to take it, not necessarily able to convert off it, but gets a wall stick off it.
JK is a very great air-to-air option for Slayer. Does get the pile bunker blocked, but
that's killed. That killed. This Slayer champion does damage. And Millia having no health does not help.
Sephiroth on set point here. On actual tournament point, to be realistic. Gets the cross up into pile bunker. We're in the corner against Slayer, and this is huge. That's a wall stick, and they're dead.
You didn't block low on the wake up, and that's the end of the Get Good Gambit. SafestSephiroth taking it home on the Slayer.
And the winner of Get Good Gambit 3, they have gotten good and gone and done a great performance, making a crazy one run through losers after getting into top 8 through winner's side. We are thankful for everybody coming out. This is Yukio, one of your Get Good Gambit hosts, and this is Oddity. Do you have any goodbyes, Oddity?
I mean, just congratulations, SafestSephiroth and everyone else in top 8.